Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to a special time ESFL live main event. It is going to be amazing. We present to you ESFL 93. It's going to be an amazing card. I am your host and play-by-play commentator Kingsley, and alongside me is the one and only Bruce Lee Rob. Bruce Lee Rob, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Excited to broadcast these fights with you. I believe it's our second time, Kingsley, and after such a spectacular event and seeing the Eagle go, I'm a little emotional, but I'm sure these fights are going to wash them tears away. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, when I saw Khabib go into the center of the octagon after he had that incredible victory against Justin Gaethje, I thought like that was his MJ moment. Like he just won the title again, and he just went down crying on the floor. And I could say for like everyone, that was such an emotional moment for the MMA community. Just seeing someone at his prime, maybe not even in his prime, just his prime, being undefeated and just putting the gloves to the center of the octagon. It was such an iconic moment and an emotional retirement. And we hope the best for him and his family because, my goodness, what a person and character in the octagon and outside of it. But going from that one iconic moment to a potentially another one here in the ESFL, this is the remarkable thing when you have a UFC event before an ESFL event. I mean, Bruce Lee Rock, when we take a look at this fight card in general, my goodness, when you see every single fight, there's not one single fight that looks like a boring fight right here.
Not at all. I mean, you got so many names here. Any of these fights could be main events in their own right, and we got some PS4 fights to start us off, some really heavy hitters. I'm looking down the list. Holy moly, we have a huge, exciting, explosive event for you. And I know it's going to get crazy in there, Kingsley. I know we're going to be screaming our heads off and losing our voices, and I can't wait. I'm excited.
Absolutely. I got the water ready. I'm ready to go. Our feature prelim fight is going to be Kinetic NRG versus Papadoc. And then co-main is Blake Tyler versus it's going to be T4H Southpaw versus Davikin, the former ESFL Xbox champion. Yep. And that probably is going to be a number one contender fight. And then our main event is for the Xbox ESFL Championship. Suave Jamie putting his title on the line against T4H recognized. So you guys don't want to blink. You don't want to miss it. You want to grab everything you got right now because it's about to go down in the first round. But before we get into those incredible fights, we have an incredible fight right now as Nico Goat 4D is making his debut against Yurda 312. And Rob, when you look at these competitors, what do you got on the info about these guys?
All right, so we got Nico, fighting out of that 4D training camp, unrated, hasn't competed yet in the ESFL, 0-0, but we know Nico from his past performances. He's exciting. Very exciting style. He loves to knock his opponent out. Kingsley's got explosive combinations. He is representing that 4D fight camp. He's a teammate of a Bathing Ash, and he loves to create those highlight reels. But he's going against Yurda, ranked 27, 1-2, and this looks like it's going to go down in the middleweight division. And looks like Nico might be picking up Robert Whitaker.
I mean, Robert Whitaker seems like a good luck charm. I mean, we saw what he did earlier today when he was facing Cantoneer. He knows how to put those hands on them people. So it's going to be an amazing fight. But a little bit more on Yurda. He lost to Kinetic, who's ranked number 4 in Prime Boxer, but he was able to beat Gavin, who was ranked number 7. So he has faced tough competition. So Nico Goat, it's not going to have one of the most easy debuts going to the ESFL spotlight right here.
No, not at all. He's going against someone that's been there 3 times. And, I mean, losing to Kinetic, Prime Boxer, I mean, those are some of the best that we have in the organization. So this should be a very interesting contest, and here we go.
All right, and as you see here, Nico Goat in the red gloves using Robert Whitaker. Again, Yurda in the blue gloves using the Silva pick in our first fight of PS4 prelims on ESFL 93. Here we go.
Here we go.
And as we can see, right already, both guys were known for their striking, standing at the center of the octagon, trying to gauge a little bit of their distance, but it seemed like we're seeing a little bit more headhunting and just combinations just flying out right here, Rob.
Yeah, it looks like they're just trying to feel each other out, throwing some combinations, seeing what works, what sticks. Yurda really keeping his head off that center line, trying to find that beautiful rear hook lead uppercut combination that we all love so much.
Yeah, and we have to see if Nico Goat is going to try to attack the body a little bit more. He goes for a head kick, but whiffs a little bit. And Yurda being a little bit patient, trying to fighting his way into the range of his opponent, getting a nice hook right there. But Nico Go trying to answer back, but moving a little bit back to the center case. But a nice leg kick opened up for a little bit of a combination right there, Rob.
Yeah, most definitely. Now,
ooh,
Yurda coming forward, breaking that block. Nico in a little bit of trouble here, Kingsley. Big overhand right.
Oh, what a vicious straight.
Nasty stuff on top.
This is straight landing in the ground and pound, and that is all she wrote. Yurda with a straight pounding his opponent into the ground as Yurda takes the victory right here to go 2-2.
Dang, what a performance by Yurda. Came out quick, used Vanderlei Silva very well. That slip straight was precise. Oh, right there, boom. And with this patch, you could really finish the fight. There's a lot of vulnerability in those slip straight combinations now, Kingsley. Whew, what a win. What a way to start out our event today, my good sir.
Absolutely. And we also have some news that we had a raid from Cody Dank. So Cody Dank, thank you so much for raiding the channel. We welcome you guys to the Esports Fight League. ESFL 93 is live, and we just got done with our first fight. You missed Yurda getting a nice slip straight victory on his opponent, Nico Go, and we still have so many fights still coming to go as we talk to Bruce Buffer, and he's going to give the victory to Yurda. But man, it seemed like when Yurda was able to get that overhand and just able to open up his combinations, it seemed like it was done from the get-go when he was able to put his opponent down right there, Rob.
Yeah, from the very start of the bell, Yurda putting on that pressure, landing some good combinations, and he shows why he's a vet. 1-2, gets that win. Now he's 2-2. He just welcomed Nico to the organization, and he lets him know where that talent and where that skill gap is at. And now Nico's got to go, back to the 4D camp and see what went wrong, and we'll see him back. That 4D camp always produces really highly talented fighters. So a big win for Yurda, though. Nico is no easy fight for any competitor. So it's a good win to move him up in the organization there, Kingsley.
Absolutely. Every loss is a lesson, but a victory will boost up your confidence. So we'll see what both of those competitors do in the future fight cards. But our next fight, Rob, my goodness, I could already see the fighter selection screen. And could it be Brocktober as Rayhan, the number 8 ranked fighter, is going against All Whites Gaming, being the underdog at rank number 28, 1-2, looking to make an upset opportunity. And when you think about Rayhan, what do you have on the information of Rayhan as he's looking to go for a Stephen Milio pick right here, Rob?
Oh, man, Rayhan, I mean, he's ranked 8. He's in the top 10, 5-3. He's competed a lot in the UFL. He has a very well-rounded game. He likes to be heavy on top when he gets you to the ground. He has dangerous submissions. Who'd they just lock in?
It's DC versus Brock, the fight that we always wanted to see. I am actually excited. This actually got me hyped up. Always Gaming going for the Brocktober pick. I think this is our first time seeing him in the ESFL for this season, and
it is.
I don't think we've seen any of his stats, but you have to assume the grappling is going to be there, a little bit of the striking is going to be there. This has to be like a crazy matchup to see as we're about to get going as Herb Dean gets the fighters ready, and we're already into this, Rob.
Yeah, here we go. Alwise Gaming has a huge opportunity to take out the top 10. Alwise Brock Lesnar, Rayhan is Daniel Cormier, and Brock Lesnar, I believe, has a 98 take. Oh, but he gets rocked.
Oh my goodness!
Nice uppercut by Cormier.
Yeah, and you can see Rayhan proving that he's the favorite for a reason. He's the number 8 ranked fighter, taking down Brock Lesnar. Always Gaming on the defensive on this battle game right here. And this is the dictation of where this fight's going to go, as we're already in the crucifix back into a side saddle position. But so far, so good for Rayhan, getting that knockdown into a takedown. And now he has position, and now he's going for a submission right here, Rob.
Yeah, he's going for a very aggressive submission right off the bat. It looks like Rayhan does not be able to get this, though. Alwise does have low stamina, but he's really fielding that very nicely, left and right, juking out Rayhan, and he's going to make sure that blue bar fills up before that red bar at the bottom of your screen, ladies and gentlemen. To escape this submission, he's going to be free, Kingsley, to live and fight another day.
He's going to live to fight another day, but again, in that crucifix position with lower stamina than Rayhan. Rayhan, a proven ESFL vet when it comes to the ground game, and now he's just putting the forearm to the face of Brock Lesnar right now. And now into the half guard. This ground and pound position is tough, but he's able to get back up. Do you think that's a smart strategy? Just keep it standing up, because now he's giving Always Gaming a chance to come back in this fight.
Yeah, maybe he just feels more confident on the feet. He doesn't want to waste too much energy, and he knows he can take him down again. We see Rayhan just being able to choose, just like Khabib did earlier, where the fight takes place, trying to go for that full mount, but Alwise is trying to scramble out of there, but still the control from Rayhan, the top-heavy game that we talked about earlier, is showing right here with 2 minutes left.
Yeah, with great denials coming out of the woodwork. Again, Rayhan able to get some ground and pound, but now he's going to the face, and now he's just planting combinations onto Alwise Gaming. Alwise Gaming on the back foot, but gets a nice body shot landing on his opponent, but you have to think he needs to take his time, but these combinations are coming in hard and far, and a knockdown lands. Rayhan on the prowl again, Rob. He misses the takedown, but again, so far so good for Rayhan.
Yeah, most definitely. Rayhan's combinations are looking sharp, landing a couple 3-piece, 4-piece combos there. Brock Lesnar not the best with his boxing. He does have powerful hands, but Alwise needs to be careful and finally lands a nice shot with the big old Brock Lesnar. I mean, he looks very big in there compared to DC. Oh, good shots again.
The other thing, the reach is in his favor. He was able to disrupt the block gates a little bit, but these shots to the body are not working, and now the back is taken. And a huge suplex slam, calling the WWE Suplex City. Rayhan looking good with under 19 seconds left in this first round. And Rob, you have to think this has been all Rayhan.
Oh yeah, complete domination by Rayhan, really imposing his will on Alwise, showing why he's ranked number 8, why he's ranked top 10. And right there you see a big left hook, uppercut, dropping the big old Brock Lesnar, trying to end that Brocktober event, Kingsley, that you're so excited for. Oh, look at his head getting splattered. What a fight. 1-0.
It's what a fight. And we're in the second round of our second prelim of the PS4 side, as both guys touch him up, and let's see if Alwise Gaming could pull a Rocky moment and find his way back into the fight with some nice body shots landing, but into the clinch. Trying to see like if it was Stipe. Rayhan just getting closer and closer to the row, and this is Rock! This is Rock to the body of Alwise Gaming. Alwise Gaming has his back to the cage right here, Rob.
Oh yeah, 1-2 lead hook, rocks him, and Alwise needs to be careful. He's throwing a lot of these empty body kicks up close, and now the pressure ensuing right here, Kingsley.
Yeah, and you see he's trying to sidestep to just give him some breathing room, but it's not working. Rayhan is constantly pressuring Alwise Gaming to the back of the cage, and now he takes it back again. Will he go for another Suplex City? No, he doesn't. Oh, but he gets a nice 1-2 combination with the hooks.
Answer back. Here comes the takedown. Finally, Alwise denies it.
Turns him out.
Big knee.
He needs to take advantage of this. Rayhan's stamina is lower now, but again, Alwise is going to take his chance to just reacclimate to the situation, trying to find his way back into it, as we're getting approached to the 3-minute mark of this second round right here, and combinations are just landing for Rayhan with a nice whip on the kick, and that's a punish! Huge punish by Rayhan. Rayhan on the prowl, smelling blood into the water again, goes for an ankle pick, misses, but a nice body shot landing, but nothing to just rebound from it, and another sweeping of the leg. And Rob, if you're Alwise Gaming, this is so troubling for this fight.
Yeah, most definitely just can't seem to get his rhythm, can't seem to keep Rayhan off. Rayhan coming in like a jaguar, getting his combos off, backing out, making Alwise miss, dumping him when he sees fit, and now again, Deja Vu on top has the back of Alwise Gaming. Looks like he's going to jump on top and ride him, drain that stamina, and this could be a choke or a full mount from Mr. Rayhan. And there it is, locking in that full mount, Kingsley. This is where he can do some real damage with 1 minute and 35 seconds left.
You're absolutely right. There's plenty of time. We're approaching the 1 minute 30 mark here in the second round, and there's so much time. Alwise Gaming didn't seem like he was able to deter Rayhan from using the ground and pound. He's getting some nice transition. No, he doesn't. He gets denied again. Rayhan able to have some great denial defense when it comes to transitioning out of his top game. And now he's just having his way with his opponent. It's only a matter of time before he goes to the ground pound. Alwise Gaming, able to reverse it. And this is where he needs to do his damage right now. This is his wrong opportunity. But again, another reversal. Rayhan able to get out of it as they go back to the clinch, as Rayhan gets the back. Goes for a backpack situation, and another slam lands again. 20 seconds left. Rob, you have to think he has to go for the choke right here.
Yeah, he's going to. It's not going to be enough time, but definitely going to score and more dominance. And he's just all over. Rayhan is all over Alwise right now. Just step ahead of him in the wrestling, step ahead of him on the feet. And we saw a flash of brilliance there by Al City. He got that. I think he snuck to that backside position, but right away we saw Rayhan just, flip the switch, and just Rayhan looks so clinical out there. It's going to be a very tough fight in this third round playing Brock Lesnar. I mean, got to give him kudos for picking Brock, but it's very tough against Daniel Cormier's inside boxing. As you can see, Rayhan is just so nice, and he's fighting so well here.
Absolutely. DC is a beast for a reason, and he has so many high stats because of his expertise in that octagon. As we approach the third and final round of our second fight here on the PS4 prelims, Always Gaming is on the rope right here as he gets possibly power slam. Yes, he does. He gets power slammed, and that's a huge deterioration of the momentum of Always Gaming as Rayhan is able to take control in the top mount in the half guard position. And you have to think, Rob, this is only a matter of time. But again, kudos to Always Gaming flipping it and reversing it like Missy Elliott right here. Of just trying to get a little bit of momentum right here. But he needs to do a lot more if he wants to get this victory right here.
Yeah, he's doing good right now, though. The last time he wasn't able to deny that transition from Rayhan. Now he's got the back on top. Brock Lesnar flattens him out. Alwise working to do some damage.
That's Samuel's low for Rayhan. I mean, this has to be his moment. He has plenty of time. It's 3 minutes and 3 seconds. Let's go for Crucifix. But again, the denials of Rayhan has been the story of this whole fight. It's been the takedowns to the denials that has put Rayhan in such a big lead right here. As Always Gaming goes for the background, but gets denied again and again. A lot of problems for Always Gaming right here, Rob.
Oh, most definitely. Rayhan is all over him. That stamina is low. And now the tables have turned. It's Rayhan on top, taking the back, lands a shot, but hops off and is content standing up. Looks like he's going to go for this knockout.
Yeah, I mean, he's been comfortable with his feet. He was able to get in rhythm, able to get 2 rounds in a knockdown in these previous rounds, and now he's going for it again. As he gets another knock, goes for a takedown. Is it going to go for a suplex or go for the backpack? Oh, a bad hit. Oh, my goodness. And he's just waiting for his opponent to come to him. Always Gaming trying to go on the offensive, knowing that he needs to do everything he needs to throw the kitchen sink out against Rayhan. But Rayhan taking his time, going for another heel hook. A right hook landing, and he's just waiting for his opponent to get to him. Always Gaming trying to fake the takedown, but man, what a showing from Rayhan right here.
Most definitely. He's just standing there, daring Alwise to throw, and finally Alwise throwing everything he could out of him. Even the kitchen sink, he just doesn't have enough stamina left, Kingsley, to do any real damage. And Rayhan knows it. It's just a matter of time before this fight's over, unless an absolute miracle happens before our eyes here. Rayhan just standing there literally like a statue. And Alwise is trying to taunt him, but this fight's in the bag.
Yeah, it seems like this fight's in the bag unless one mistake happens. And you can see the whipping and the stamina being so low trying to attack the body. And both guys are just... seem like they're going to try to run this clock down. And I don't know. But Rayhan is not like that. I think he's trying to go for the instant KO, not go for a technical knockout right here, Rob.
Yeah, let's see. 10 seconds left. Hopefully he goes for the finish.
Hopefully, and the whip. Wow, interesting fight. It's a very, very interesting fight. I mean, you can see from the replays, it was just rhythm and striking, and then just controlling dominance, suffocation when it comes to the ground game for Rayhan, because everything Always was trying to do, even though he got some nice key points, it just didn't seem like it was any of his favor, and Rayhan just took the victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, after
most definitely. Rayhan really tight with his boxing, and his range management was so good. His footsie came in, did his job, got out, stayed safe, and made Owise one, whiff a lot. And then that ground game, like we said, from Rayhan, he's so good on the ground. He's so heavy on top, especially with Daniel Cormier. Even though his opponent, was picking Brock Lesnar, he was still able to control him, put him on his back, and gas him out, and basically do what Khabib does to so many people. And what we're going to miss is just totally ragdolled him out there, Kingsley. A big win for Rayhan. And we know how good this guy is. And can't wait to see him compete again.
Yeah, absolutely. He goes to 6-3, and you have to think his ranking number 8 is probably going to be higher after this whole fight card's done. But for Otherwise Gaming, he goes 1-3. He's going to be a little bit on that cut line. So if he gets another chance to be on this ESFL fight card, hopefully he's able to get back on the winning column. But we will see how that goes for their next couple of fights. But our next fight, Rob, this is the beginning of the fight card that we truly, really want to see. It's Anza, the number 9 ranked fighter, against Zaya, the number 6 ranked fighter. And these guys know to put on a show right here.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, if you're unfamiliar and new around here, Anza, one of the most creative, exciting strikers that we've had in this organization for so long. And he's trying to find his footing. He's ranked number 9. I say that because he's ranked number 9, and I say he's trying to find his footing because he could be potentially a top 3, top 4, top 5 fighter. He's just so talented. He's really looking to bounce back from his last loss to Swiss Liebax. And if you don't, Swiss Liebax is after this against Prime Boxer. We have so many crazy fights, but he's 4-3, dangerous striking, polished grappling, exciting style. And then you got Zayaf, 6-3, ranked number 6 in the world. I say this man is the young prodigy. He defeated Crooks, one of my idols in this game, last weekend in a McGregor mirror match. He's on a 3-fight win streak, and he's about to show again why he wants that title shot, and he wants it by the end of the season, Kingsley.
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to another Conor McGregor matchup as we are getting this third fight of the prelims going, and it's going to be nothing but a firework barn burner when it comes to Conor McGregor fights. But let's see if Zeke can continue on this momentum train of wins as he's in the red gloves and Anza in the blue. Let's see what happens in this fight. It's in a nice, good combination from Z. Z able to just get some nice kicks in. Again, Anza, he's a trained vet. He knows what he needs to do in the center of the octagon, knowing that he needs to find the range and needs to get these combinations out and change up the levels a little bit.
Yeah, most definitely. Fighting out of Vegas MMA, Anza is fighting against Kinetic NRG, D-Mart, Combo. So many skilled opponents. He's a wily veteran, exciting fighter, but he's going against Zayaf. And Zayaf, like we saw at the beginning of that round, that he just has these creative combinations and the precision and the ability to pull out these wild combinations when he wants to and do it intelligently makes him so freaking dangerous.
Yeah, we both know these guys are dangerous when it comes to their striking. You can already see it's a little bit more technical fight than we see in our previous 2 fights right here, as both guys, as a nice pull right there, able to make his opponent win. And nice combination. Ooh, huge right hooks on the face of Z, and Z a little bit have his back to the cage, but a nice answer back with a 1-2 combination right there.
Yeah, Impasta Zioni, aka Zayaf, has really been working. Big head kick. Oh, man, he caught him there quick. Now the pressure. Boy. The shark smells the blood in the water. Anza needs to recover, but what I was going to say is Anza seems like he's a pressure fighter, and, Impasta Zioni has really been making YouTube videos, paying people to try to test him. Oh, big body shots, Kingsley! He's down! Zayaf is down!
Oh, my goodness! Could this be all zero? Anza, can he get the victory? Oh, nice defense by Z. Z was able to get the rocket earlier in the round, but he gets knocked down himself, and he was so close of getting the defeat. But again, huge momentum shift for Anza. Now Anza in the timeout position, but able to get out of it for Z. Z needs to find a way to answer back, but under 1-3 left. Oh! A vicious rock again! Z on the back foot, but tries to land uppercut. He lands it a little bit. This is insane right now. It could be anybody's fight.
Oh, yeah, Anza put on that pressure. Anza's hurt now, though. He's got to retreat a little bit.
Oh, boy.
Doing a really good job of hitting Zayaf to the body, and that body is really damaged. Oh, but 1-2 head kick. Now Zayaf can finish it. Oh, and it's over that fast.
Deadly.
What about?
Deadly. You blink and you missed it. We told you that this was going to be nothing but fireworks, and we absolutely delivered as Zayaf gets the victory over Anza in her 3rd fight of the prelims. My goodness. Rob, what can you say of that whole contest?
I got to say that Zayaf is a freaking killer, and his killer instinct is insane. He seems to be cool, calm, and collected at all times for such a young competitor to be able to showcase his skills and abilities underneath the bright lights in the ESFL. He's only getting better. Anza put him put him into some adversity. He overcame that adversity, and you saw those pinpoint combinations. I mean, his 4-piece block-breaking combinations when he chooses to do it are just so precise. I mean, he's an artist out there, literally one of the most impressive, creative strikers that we have in the ESFL right now, and he just took out a legend in Anza.
Yeah, I mean, he was the UFL, one of our affiliate leagues, the UFL champion, and then he made his way up to the ESFL, and now he's riding a winning streak right now. He was number 6 ranked fighter, and now he's probably knocking on the door at the top 5 ranked competitors on the PS4 side, and maybe he's knocking on the door, or maybe some title contention. I mean, we'll see after these next couple of fights, but man, Z put on an impressive row of just victories. I mean, you said it again. Against Crooks, he was able to take the victory in the Conor McGregor mirror match, and then again against Anza in the Conor McGregor mirror match. Who's ever facing Z next time in a fight card on here? Maybe don't fight him when you're using Conor McGregor. Just a little bit of a hint right there. But man, if Z could continue on, I mean, there's only going to be bigger and better things for him when it comes to these fight cards. But Anza, hopefully he could go back into the drawing board, go back into the lab, because now he's 4-4. He's at 500. Maybe he could come back and maybe fight somebody in the top 10 to get himself back up in the momentum, but we will see. And hopefully, man, these fights have been absolutely insane to see here, Rob.
Yeah, most definitely. And Anza had Zayef hurt. I mean, those body shots we saw rocked him. I know that scared the living crap out of Zayef. And he had him, he was pressuring him. He almost had that fight a couple of times. So, I mean, going against Zayef, yeah. So he really, he lost, but he's still dangerous as hell. I mean, he's still a problem. I mean, losing to Zayef, it's easy to lose to Zayef. He's one of the best out there right now. So Anza's still fighting at a high level, and I can't wait to see either one of these guys compete. But yeah, it is Zayef, possibly now knocking on that door, like you said. That title shot is near. And maybe a kinetic rematch in the future with his Conor McGregor versus Zayef's Conor McGregor. That should be really awesome to see. But up next, Kingsley, we got a crazy one, and I'm super excited for this fight. One of my most favorite fighters is competing. And can you guess who it is?
I Swiss Liebax versus Prime Boxer. The fact that this is the 4th fight of our PS4 prelims, this already tells you that this is an amazing card, because these guys need to be in the main event like yesterday. These guys have absolutely put it on the map when it comes to the ESFL. Prime Boxer was able to fight for a title shot against Romero. He was able to, unfortunately, not able to win that. But Prime Boxer is a savant when it comes to striking, and I can't wait to see what he does. He's 4-2, ranked number 5, and then your guy Swiss. He's 3-1, ranked number 3. These guys are going to put on a technical masterpiece when it comes to their fight.
Yeah, most definitely. Swiss Liebax representing that powerhouse team, Dark. I believe that's Romero's camp. Former ESFL champion. He's got wins over Boiler, Dono, and Anza. And, he came from Ea Sports UFC 3 as like a Justin Gaethje early in his career. And now he's kind of added a little bit more focus, a little bit more patience, a little bit more technical fighting. And, he had a little bump in the road, I believe, and got that loss. And now in his last fight, he looked spectacular, and he has overwhelming pressure, blends striking and clinch work. He's relentless. But Kingsley, Prime Boxer, who competed for the belt, who got, lit up by Romero, who's undefeated right now. Prime Boxer is one of the most dangerous boxers that we have. He comes from Fight Night. He's incredible. So this is going to be a very interesting matchup, and I can't wait to see what happens in there. It's going to be an inferno, man. It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be crazy. And take that in mind. Prime Boxer was he was settled in the Fight Night community. He was all about Fight Night. And then he transitioned himself into EA UFC 4 and UFC 3. And he just came on the scene, and he fought in the tournament to become in the PS4 Grand Prix, and he put on a show right there. So this guy is no slouch. And the fact that he's facing Swiss, and they both have amazing accolades when it comes to this game right now. This is going to be an exciting fight. If anyone has played Fight Night, you know how crazy the combinations have to be and all the slips and slides that you need to do to be really good at the game. So the fact that he transitioned into the mixed martial arts game into UFC 4, it's only crazy to see that his skills can adapt to any kind of fighting game. So I'm excited to see this fight. And when we think about this, when we're thinking about this fight, I mean, this could be a potential. Whoever wins this might be in contention for a #1 contendership fight later on in the future fight cards. I mean, let's take a look at this fight card right here, Rob. I mean, this whole fight card is stacked, and when you see the next fight being a feature prelim fight with Connect, NRG, and Papa Doc, you have to think that's a #1 contenders fight. So Prime Boxer versus Swiss is a huge matchup in the PS4 side.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, Kinetic NRG 3-1, Papa Doc 4-1. Papa Doc also representing Team Dark, teammate of Swiss Labax. Kinetic NRG, Vegas MMA, teammate of Anza. A lot of storylines being played out here, and it's making for some very interesting bouts. And Kinetic NRG, if he wins this fight, I mean, he could get that title shot against Romero, and that would be one of the craziest fights I would ever have witnessed, because Romero just looks so damn dominant right now, just almost on another level, on another frequency than everybody else. He's playing a different game, and Kinetic's one of those guys that I think plays on that same frequency, and Papa Doc's going to have his hands full tonight. And if Papa Doc can get that win by Kinetic NRG, then that's huge for Team Dark, and then we're going to get a situation where it's teammate versus teammate for the championship. And then you got what? Talk about us. Talk with us about Danny and ICB Lepo.
I mean,
that's our first Xbox fight, right?
Yeah, that's our first Xbox fight. I mean, that's going to be our 6th fight of the night. And when you look down, like when we get done with the PS4 prelims, the Xbox main card, I mean, Danny, he's 1-3 versus ICB Lepo. He's 0-1, trying to rebound from his previous loss. And then again, Dino making this card fight against EK Maceo. Then Styles versus Hess Boybies. Blake Tyler versus Mangan. And then T4H Salpo. I mean, you were talking about like fight camps fighting each other, like fight camps fighting each other. T4H Salpo could possibly face T4H Recognize if the cards are right and they do well in their fight card. So this whole ESFL 93 has the potential to be absolutely amazing. And before we like even get to all of the Xbox side, I think our 4th fight is ready to go, as Prime Boxer and Swiss Liebacks are in the welterweight fighter selection card. And you have to think Kamaru Usman might be the pick for these guys.
Yeah, we'll see. Welterweight, you got a lot of different selections. Colby Covington, who I've actually recently fallen in love with. Jorge Masvidal, Tony or El Kakui, Tony Ferguson. We'll see who Prime Boxer and Swiss. I don't know. Kamaru Usman might not be the pick. I don't think these guys
as soon as I said
to pick him.
Yeah, we'll absolutely. When I initially saw the Kamaru Usman pick, I was like, oh, right, there's Rafael Dos Anjos, there's Kobe Covington, there's Tyron Woodley, there's Wonder Boy, there's all these comparisons. And he actually selects Usman, but a T4 pick, the ESFL meta against Masvidal.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Here we go.
Everybody buckle your seatbelts, because you're about to see. Oh no, we're seeing some counter picking right here.
Oh yeah, we're seeing some real counter picking, some mental games being played right now, and there we go.
Oh boy.
Kamaru versus Tony Ferguson. Okay. Now, let's see what's got.
I don't think I've seen this matchup like in the meta so far. It's usually a T-Ferg versus like maybe a Kobe Covington or maybe an RDA pick, and hopefully we can get the commentary done. But it's an interesting matchup, especially with these two opponents right here.
Yeah, most definitely. And Swiss maybe looking to initiate the clinch a little more this fight, take the fight to the ground, but Prime Boxer does have Tony Ferguson to threaten from the bottom in his jiu-jitsu, and he's a Swiss Army knife. He's got striking from every angle, elbows, knees, and right off the bat we see Swiss utilizing Kamaru Usman and taking him down.
Does he just throw the jiu-jitsu fight?
Huge problems for Prime Boxer in the red gloves using T-Ferg, as his opponent Swiss in the blue gloves using Usman is on top in the backside. But again, nice denials from Prime Boxer. He's able to get his ground game, but again, this ground and pound is doing some damage right here. But a lot of stamina lost, but he will take the damage. But here we go, back into the setup right here, Rob.
Yeah, and good job, doing his damage, getting up because the stamina was low. Definitely smart decision, and back up to the feet. They're throwing down in the middle.
Yeah, throw down in the middle. Yeah, we're seeing the combinations fly out for both players, and landing in the clinch. Oh man, and almost a judo throw coming out of the way from Swiss, but Swiss not able to get it. But he's landing some nice hooks, getting that block case low, and these clinch attempts are just working in his benefit. But good defense coming out of the way for Prime Boxer, but he needs to not whip those body shots. But a good, nice denial of those takedowns. This is what Boxer needs to do. He needs to not let it get to the ground and let his striking do the work. But Swiss, a vet in the ESFL game, able to get the combinations, but huge maneuvers landing for Prime Boxer right here.
Yeah, Prime Boxer's doing well, and he's defending a lot of those judo throws, and that's sapping the stamina from Swiss Lebix. You see the long-term stamina in favor of Prime Boxer, and Prime Boxer's starting to tee off on him, but Swiss still standing right in the face, tries to go for a takedown, turns it down, and he gets it. Good turning takedown from Swiss Lebix on top, trying to posture up to full guard, and here comes some Kamaru Usman bombs.
So many bombs are landing, and that will score points in the judges' eyes as we're under the 2-minute mark here in our fourth fight of the PS4 prelims. In Prime Boxer, you have to think he was not ready for the clinch in the takedown game. He was not expecting this suffocation gameplay from Swiss, but able to get a reverse right here. And you have to think he needs to do a lot of damage. He needs to steal this round back here.
He does. He definitely does. He's not too far behind. Wow, Swiss hits him with the same sweep, and he fakes that submission there, and really utilizing those fakes, trying to get that grapple advantage, and there we go. Postures up, Kingsley, and more ground and pound from Usman, raining down.
Oh, it's looking tough for a little bit, but good ground and pound defense from Prime Boxer. But again, into the side control, he needs to watch out for the crucifix or maybe the side saddle, but into the half guard position we go as Swiss is still taking control under 30 seconds here in the first round and back into the full guard position. And I think Swiss is just going to stay in this position right here, Rob.
Yeah, with only 12 seconds left. Oh, Prime slaps on the rubber guard, hits an elbow, but Swiss is there to stack. And here comes some big bombs here, Kingsley. Oh, good thing the round was over. And you know, Prime Boxer is really impressing me with his jiu-jitsu, his bottom game, his ability to withstand the onslaught of Swiss Lebix, because we all know Swiss Lebix has this wild pressure fighter, but obviously he's been training a lot with that Team Dark, and his ground skills are top-notch. And Prime Boxer, known for his boxing, doing very well in all aspects of MMA. Round number 2, here we go.
Let's see if Prime Boxer can adapt to the situation and get out of those clinches. And as we see Swiss, he's probably going to have to do more of the same. Try to pressure his opponent, try to get the clinch, and needs to watch out for these trade opportunities because it seems like Prime Boxer is getting some good shots in. These 1-2s are combination. The rhythm is on par for Prime Boxer. And you see the adaptability into a rock. Huge rock for Prime Boxer. Here we go. Can he take it back? Swiss on the back foot. And oh my goodness, this is not where you want to be for Swiss. Prime Boxer, the fight night is coming through in UFC. Let's see what happens.
Prime is all over him right now, leading with that hook a lot, leading with that uppercut, just throwing everything that he has on him. And Swiss Lebix is in survival mode, trying to get that takedown. Alleviate some of that pressure. That's a critical takedown there, and he's got to do something with it.
If you're a Swiss fan, you can breathe a sigh of relief because he was able to get the takedown. Prime Boxer was getting closer and closer to finding that sweet science of rhythm in his striking, and this would be a nice deterrent of that for Prime Boxer. But again, nice denial from that crucifix position from Prime Boxer. But again, a nice denial on both sides as Swiss trying to find his way into the crucifix, but not able to get it. And now we're in the sprawl. Swiss just trying to take that body down a little bit, but Rob, you have to think, so far so good defensively for Prime Boxer.
Oh, so good. I mean, he wasn't... Okay, right here he's getting damaged. Good little sway out the straight there. Yeah, he's doing a phenomenal job. He's really stopped, that position in side control. Swiss was trying to fake that knee on belly. He wasn't biting. He was trying to get that crucifix, a dominant position, and Prime Boxer wasn't having any of it. Prime Boxer has really been grinding his bottom game, and now look, he's getting the sweep on to Swiss Lebix. Now Tony Ferguson on top with time to work, Kingsley.
Yes, time to work, and he has his opponent's stamina down. He's able to get some strikes in and disrupt that black cage a little bit. He has plenty of time, but you have to think he was doing so well in the beginning of this round with his striking, and as you say, he gets up, and this is where Prime Boxer wants to be. He needs to avoid the clinch, get the trades going in his favor. He has the combinations. Oh, but a huge rock! Huge rock by Swiss! Commentator's curse is alive, and the clinch. Oh, another knee to the face! Prime Boxer in trouble!
Beautiful slam. Swiss Lebix is falling into form right now. He's feeling himself. and he's executing very well, being beautifully eloquent out there with his takedowns and his striking. I mean, what a performance so far. Swiss Bix, with 30 seconds left, has the opportunity to steal this round.
You can tell these guys both want this fight so bad. Both guys just countering each other as a ground and pound doesn't really do a lot of damage, but will score a lot of points as we're approaching the 10-second mark here of our second round here. And Prime Boxer, he had a good show in the beginning round, but Swiss was able to turn it up at the later parts of that second round. And when we go to the third and final round, both guys have to think they need a finish or a dominant round right here, Rob.
Yeah, the fight's very close, and Swiss Bix at the end with a beautiful slip, rear hook, lead uppercut. That combo is so deadly, but earlier in the round, it was Prime Boxer putting on the pressure, so it's just very back and forth fight. Could be anyone's fight. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Who's winning this one? Kingsley, I got it 1-1.
Oh boy, I don't know. I'm gonna play Switzerland, just call it neutral. I'm just hoping to see another piece of fireworks in this third and final round of our fourth fight of ESFL 93. Again, Prime in the red, Swiss in the blue. Both guys going for something and landing with the straights. But Prime Boxer, one mistake could be detrimental. Oh, but a nice combination. He gets it out there with an up kick. The up kick by the save Swiss right there, Rob.
Oh yeah, saved him. Beautiful up kick, and now right hand lands a big uppercut again. But he's gonna be able to survive. Usman doesn't have that kind of power.
Oh, it's the rock, the situation. As we see 3 rocks in a matter of 1 minute. Oh, Prime. Oh, let's go. Oh, another knockdown. Prime Boxer. Get it. He gets the ground pound. Well, there's it. It is all over. It's all over. Prime Boxer with the victory.
Right there is a high-level knockout, ladies and gentlemen. Crowd.
Damn, what a win for Prime Boxer Kingsley. He just took out one of the best, most dangerous fighters in the game. Swiss like Bex, unconscious on the octagon floor. What a wow! Look at that. Boom! Uppercut lands. Left hook lands.
For my money, his best performance.
In the words of LeBron James, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 knockdowns. And the 5th knockdown was the charm for Prime Boxer, able to get the ground and pound and the TKO victory. Swiss was so close, he was able to get some rhythm, but when it came to the trades, it just seems like Prime Boxer was able to get those combinations locked and loaded, and that proved to be the victory. Especially when you have a Tony Ferguson pick, he has stamina for days, and those striking will be the factor in the advantage. But man, what a fight from both these competitors right here, Rob.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Swiss Bix really doing something that he's evolving as a fighter. He's going more into the ground game and the takedowns, and he still has that striking. He's not, he's not the same Swiss Bix that we know, that we used to watch. Not saying he's any worse or any better. It's just a different Swiss Bix. And Boxer was just able to use his striking, those lead hook straight combinations, and just continually tag Swiss Bix, who doesn't really put as much pressure as he used to. And I think maybe Swiss Bix was surprised at how great or how well Prime Boxer was able to deal with all those ground positions and counter some of it and get on top and get back to his feet. And Swiss Bix had some success with that slip rear hook uppercut combination. He had him hurt. It was a very close fight, very exciting fight. But Prime Boxer shows that he's still the man and he's still on the hunt for that title. And how good is Romero? That's all I gotta say.
I know. If you remember the Romero Prime Boxer title fight, you saw that Romero, it was pretty clear who was going to win that fight. But then Prime Boxer put on a performance like this, able to stick with his game plan, able to adapt to the ground game. Swiss, to credit to Swiss for staying with his game plan, getting close to his opponent, pressuring his opponent with the clinch and the takedowns. But when it came to the third round and it was just one mistake or one trade being the difference, Prime Boxer was able to get that victory. I can't wait to see what both of these guys do in their next fight. It's always entertaining. Rob.
Oh, yeah.
Breathe in, breathe out, because we're about to have another crazy fight right here, guys. Chat, I hope you're ready, because this is our featured prelim fight for the PS4 side right here. It is Kinetic NRG, the number 4 ranked fighter, 3-1 versus Papa Doc, the number 2 ranked fighter with huge title shot implications here. And we're going to the bantamweight division here, Rob. This is looking to be an insane fight right here.
Oh, yeah. We got the top dog over there at Vegas MMA, Kinetic NRG, legend of the game. He wants so bad to get that title shot, take the belt. He believes he has what it takes to defeat Romero, the champ, the undefeated champ. All his fights have been main events. There's always been pressure on Kinetic NRG to win. And, you know, he handles that pressure so well, and he performs. He performs when he's not supposed to perform. And, you know, he's ranked 4 in the world, but he's one of the most dangerous fighters that we have. A pressure fighter, elite stamina management, high level everywhere. But he's going against Papa Doc, one of the top dogs in dark. You know, we saw Swiss Lebix, who's also in dark. Romero's also in dark. And Papa Doc has been training with these guys. And he just recently knocked out mental stability. And he really made mental stability look average out there. And Papa Doc is on another level. I fought him. He starched me on the rank scene. And, you know, he's on a different playing field right now. I think he's the best he's ever been. And he's about to show it right now. He's got a huge chest, though. Kinetic NRG, one of the best.
This fight can't be bigger than it already is. You already saw the scouting report. Kinetic NRG wants to take the title away from Romero. And you have to think, if he gets this victory, he might be knocking on the door of that opportunity. But Papa Doc saying not so fast. He wants a chance at the Romero to give him the one, to take away his O. And we will see in this crazy, crazy prelim fight, our future prelim fight of the night for our PS4 site. As you see, Papa Doc in the blue gloves, Kinetic NRG in the red gloves. Our final prelim fight of the evening. Here we go.
Here we go. No crowd as usual. Papa Doc always fights with no crowd. He thrives in it, and he's one of the most patient fighters I've seen recently. He's got a very good clinch, and we'll see what Kinetic does to deal with that.
Yeah, you can already see Kinetic using the pulls, using the slips, trying to guess where his opponent's going to go. And now in the clinch attempt for Papa Doc getting his opponent back to the cage with a nice judo throw. And that is paying huge dividends so far early on in this fight right here.
Yeah, nice takedown, putting Kinetic and NRG on his back early. Kinetic is scary on the ground. Papa's got to be careful, but we'll see what he has. He's on top right now. Just content throwing some bombs to the body, taking a little bit of that body juice away, and back to the feet they go.
Yeah, and you could just tell these guys are on a different level just by the patience of not even moving, trying to see if they could just bait out a transition denial. These guys just want to take their time and just work on their opponent. A little bit of a fill-out process so far, as Kinetic is getting hit with some vicious combos right now, but answering back with combinations of his own. And Kinetic, a little bit on the back foot, but goes for a takedown of his own, but doesn't get it. Stamina's very low. But Papa Doc trying to find his way back in, getting some nice hooks in. Oh, both guys go for a slip straight, but not really connecting as much. And so far, very technical for both guys right there.
Yeah,
oh, body shot,
Papa Doc going tick for tat right now with one of the best Kinetic NRG. And Kinetic trying to, you know, put on his dominance here, trying to find that rhythm. He loves to come in, throw a couple shots, use those footsies, and then just put a sick amount of pressure on his opponent. Now he's starting to turn up a little bit. Big overhand left. Oh, Kinetic's doing Kinetic things. This could be it.
Wow, Kinetic!
Oh, man, big shots. No, Papa's going to be able to survive. Good job by Papa.
Blink and you miss it. Kinetic NRG is on a mission right here. And we know Cody Garbrandt has that power when it comes to his striking. But again, Kinetic NRG going into half guard, going into side control. He wants to dominate this position, just landing some strikes on his opponent right here. And you have to think, if you're Papa Doc, you need to find a way to get out of this ground and pound position ASAP.
Yeah, because this is where Kinetic shines. This is one of his most dominant positions. I mean, he has so many dominant positions, but this is one of his key positions. He's finished so many fights. And once he gets you in the half guard position, it's tough. But no, Papa Doc catches it brilliantly. And now he's on top and reverses the position. Big job by Papa Doc. Good job by Papa Doc.
Huge job with a huge one. But under 30 seconds here of our first round of our feature prelim fight. And we see we're going back to stand-up. You have to think someone's going to try to land a body shot or a head kick. Oh, a cartwheel kick. Trying to land, but doesn't get it. And he will pay for his troubles with some knees to the body. And that will end the first round of our feature prelim fight. And you have to think, Kinetic NRG, he looked good with that knockdown. But nice judo throws here, as we see on the replay from Papa Doc. Good momentum shifts for both of these guys right here so far, Rob.
Most definitely. I mean, Kinetic and RG feeling him out. Papa Doc, obviously a worthy adversary out there, a top competitor, and Kinetic knows this. But Kinetic just showing why he is Kinetic and RG, gets a lightning sort of combo and just totally bombards Papa Doc, knocks him down, almost finishes the fight. And if it wasn't for Papa Doc's brilliant defense and choices, oh my God, right with that, Papa Doc
already.
G with the
Oh
big head.
boy, Papa Doc answering really badly. He wanted to start out this round with a good way, but man, Kinetic NRG on the back rope, but he's trying to fight his way back. Able to get a nice slip right there, but Papa Doc, this had to change. It's been such a change. We see the adaptability. These guys are proven vets. They have fought for titles before. They know what to do inside the ESFL spotlight right here. Kinetic Energy, he's fighting in the center of the octagon. He needs to find a way to answer back and not use these but another rock. Huge rock and uppercut landing. Oh, Papa Doc, can he stop the Kinetic Energy train? He does. Papa Doc getting the victory.
Holy smokes. And then he says thanks after. Oh, man. The ultimate smack talk right there from Papa Doc, taking out the legend right there. Uppercut, hook combination, knocks him out unconscious on the way down. And Team Dark with a huge win. Papa Doc takes out Kinetic NRG and now possibly sets him up for a title shot against his teammate Romero, Kingsley.
Teammate on teammate, sign me the heck up. But man, Romero has to be smiling right now because I know if he's looking at this fight, he's like, "Welp, Kinetic, I guess you just have to wait a little bit longer if you want that title shot." But man, Papa Doc versus Romero would be a sick fight to see for the title. But Kinetic, to his credit, he was able to get the knockdown first. It seemed like he had momentum on the side, but then Papa Doc in that second round just flipped the script on all of it, able to get 2 knocks. And then when it came to the ground and pound, it just seemed like Kinetic was too late to get some defense going. And Papa Doc was able to put on his opponent, going to 5-1. He was the ranked number 2 fighter. And you have to think he's taking that number 1 spot, and he's in line for a title shot right here.
Yeah. I mean, Papa Doc ranked number 2, 4-1, knocked out mental stability, has the patience, has the skills, got tested by Kinetic NRG. Face some adversity. Kinetic NRG does what Kinetic NRG does every time. He came out and performed so well. He was teeing off on Papa Doc early, and then Papa Doc stayed strong, kept his composure, which is what is very important for Papa Doc. He's so composed out there, and then gets the win over Kinetic NRG, probably his biggest win of his entire career right now. And now, I mean, Team Dark is running stuff right now. Team Dark is running stuff right now, and a lot of camps have their targets on the Team Dark members' backs, and it's going to make for some exciting storylines and some exciting fights. But good job by Kinetic NRG. Good job by Papa Doc. What a fight. What a performance. I mean, you never know what's going to happen in the Esports Fight League.
Absolutely. You never know what's going to happen. We thought the storylines were all set in stone with Kinetic NRG, but then Papa Doc says, wait a minute, hold the phone. I'm going to take this opportunity to put my name in the hat. And my goodness, the next time we get live on here with our ESFL main cards, it's going to be amazing. Now, before we go into our Xbox main card, we just want to say welcome, everybody. If you're new here, we welcome you here. If you're been supporting us from the get-go on the Esports Fight League here, live on Twitch and on YouTube, we salute you. We are live here with ESFL 93. We are getting closer and closer to ESFL 100, and I know that's going to be a mega event, but man, this fight card is halfway done. If you're new to the ESFL, we have a Twitch, we have a YouTube, you're watching us right now. We also have a Discord, so if you want to be a part of these fights or fight in one of our affiliate leagues that are on every single Wednesday, and you get to be on here, be in the ESFL spotlight, and put your name in the hat, and you could possibly be another Romero or maybe another Davenkin or Suave. Maybe you could be the next ESFL champion if you work your way through and you put the work in. And also, there's plenty of stuff coming ahead, so you guys definitely want to stick tuned and stay tuned and be a part of this community because it's only going to get better and better and better. So we welcome you guys. We thank you guys. And we're going to continue this train of amazing fights as our next fight in the Xbox main card is our first fight of the Xbox main card. It's going to be Danny 1-3 against ICB Lepo. this is looking like a very interesting fight as we see on the scouting report here, Rob.
Yeah, you got Danny ranked 30th, 1-3, also known as Game Room. He has a big win, a decision win over Bone doing work. We all know Bone doing work. Definitely a savage out there, and he's got a strong ground game, sets up his wrestling with strikes, always looking for the finish, but he's going against ICB Lipo, who's 0-1 right now, has yet to taste victory in the Esports Fight League. He did drop a ball to the Four Horsemen Southpaw in his debut, and ICB actually is a fight camp. I don't know what it stands for, but he's well-rounded, uses defense instead of offense, and he's willing to fight anywhere, so should be a good contest here in the welterweight division, Kingsley.
Yeah, I mean, welterweight. Oh, Taiwan Woodley pick versus Tony Berg. Oh, I love these kind of fights. This is going to be an exciting fight. And going to ICB Lepo, I mean, his first fight was against T4H Southpaw, who is 3-0, and he's number 3 in the rankings for the Xbox side. So if you're thinking that 0-1 is thinking that he's one of the lower ranked competitors, no way. He is looking to put on the show and shows that he belongs here. But Game Room, aka Danny, he's looking to rebound again to make it 2-3 instead of 1-3 as we get this first fight going, as Hurt Dean is trying to get the fighters ready. And here we go. Danny in the red gloves using the Taiwan Woodley pick. Tony Ferguson being used by ICB Lepo. Let's see what happens.
And shout out to these guys for actually following the rules and having their volume up, unlike the last contest. But here we go. Taiwan Woodley is an interesting pick. He's got those heavy leg kicks. To see if Game Room decides to use them. And it seems the ICB Lipo is just trying to find his range using that LB backsway.
Yeah, and you can see he's attacking the body a little bit more, trying to get his opponent unorthodox and get them into a side control position. This is where you want to be, because with Taiwan Woodley, you don't want to be in front of those hooks that he lands so viciously. Those are his strongest moves, so you want to get him to the ground. Even though Taiwan Woodley is a wrestler, you want to take him down and put him in the bottom. He's not really the strongest when it comes to the bottom game. He's usually more upper pro when it comes to the top game, but right now, ICB Lepo doing some great work on the ground right here, going back into side control and attacking the body nonetheless.
Yeah, no doubt. Doing his thing, building that grapple advantage, trying to see what kind of reads he could get, and wow, slices him down right into full mount. And it is okay, now side control. He's just moving around right now, doing what he wants to do, and let's see where he goes from here.
Yeah, and you can tell that he's taking a little bit of a patient stance when it comes to the ground game, as he's just picking apart his opponent with these transitions, able to go back into full guard. That's good for Danny. Danny needs to find a way to possibly get a submission or try to get out of this, but it seems like ICB Lepo is just good of just getting these little pot shots out, just looking good in the judges' eyes.
Yeah, most definitely. Now he's postured up, landing some more damage, still getting that control time, adding it up. 1 minute and 45 seconds left, and Game Room just unable to get off his back, unable to stand back up, unable to get really anything. Finally getting this ball position, but it's Lipo just taking his backside immediately, and now we might be going to the feet. Here we go. Game Room needs to defend himself, Kingsley. Oh, no.
He needs to find a way to get out of it, but oh, no. Into the backpack, and now we're back into the ground game. This is not where Game Room, a.k.a. Danny, wants to be. ICB Lepo, he's just suffocating his opponent, and now we're in the submission attempt, and so far it seems like Danny is going to be able to get out of this, but if I'm Danny, you need to figure out a way to get out of this position right now.
Yeah, and looks like he's going to escape pretty easily. 30 seconds left. Danny doing a good job turning it around, turning the tides here, but not much time to work, so should be a...
I mean, he could get a posture up position, but again, ICB Lepo going to the rubber guard, not giving his opponent a chance to get some strikes in. He gets one strike, but a nice slip away, and that will be the end of the first round for both these competitors. If you're ICB Lepo, that was a great suffocation of his opponent's offense. You have to think he needs to keep on doing that if he wants to win this fight.
Yeah, ICB Lipo's doing what he wants to do. Probably going to look for that takedown again, and Game Room needs to be careful. Throw some uppercuts. Really be careful with that takedown defense and mind his P's and Q's here in the second round.
Yeah, you can already see that hook from Danny, able to take a lot of the head health of his opponent, ICB Lepo, but Danny, if you have to think, he has to deny those takedowns constantly. But nice shots, disrupted that blockade a little bit. And Danny, he's finding some rhythm now. This is looking good.
Yeah, Game Room was letting it fly, but that momentum just got crushed right there at that Zabit takedown by ICB. Now inside control again early in this round, and this is not what you want if you're Game Room.
I mean, I want to say that control time from the first round was like a little over 2 minutes. He was able to take control for such a long time. If you're Danny, you have to think, this is the second round. You've only won 2 rounds. If you want to get the victory or maybe get a TKO, he needs to find a way to gather this as he's suffering a ground and pound position right here. And he's getting pieced up right here, Rob.
Yeah, Game Room needs to throw some fakes out there, and here we go. Oh, nice job. Way to sweep. Good job by Game Room. Finally some success for him on the ground. And let's see if he tries to work back to his feet or just... Yeah, he is. He doesn't want nothing to do with that ground game. He wants to try to come out with Tyrone's power.
Fair enough. I mean, he still has time. He has 240 left in the second round to get some damage on his opponent. He needs to use those hooks and just implement them more in some combinations and get out of the range. Oh, but nice striking coming out of the way from Danny. But we're seeing some combinations landing also for ICB Lepo.
Yeah, definitely Lepo is getting them in there, but I think that the stand-up exchanges are being won by Game Room here, and ICB knows it, and he's taking him down again. That head health on Lepo is pretty low. Some big shots were landing for Game Room, but now Game Room on his back again, and Lepo just, his ability to get the fight to the ground has just been very impressive, and tries to get a submission, but good denial by Game Room.
Yeah, we saw back-to-back denials from both opponents right there, and for Danny's concern, he's been able to limit the amount of damage that's been coming his way from the top mount. But again, when you're in this situation, it just takes so much of your stamina, and judges are going to score heavily, especially in this ground pound position, getting some damage on himself. ICB Lepo doing some great work here on the ground game.
Oh yeah, just completely controlling, and whoa! Game Room again using that sweep. A little bit of lag right there. He's got to block this full guard up on the right. No, he doesn't. He's not able to flick up on that right stick, and Lepo turns him over again. Lepo, that is with 25 seconds left, and that control time is just stacking up here. Kingsley, and Game Room needs to do something different in this third round. He's got to keep the fight on his feet, and he's got to get the knockout. Should be an exciting third round.
It should be an exciting third round as we're approaching the end of the second round right here. And for Danny, you have to throw the whole entire kitchen sink. And as we look a bit at stats, 1 minute and 46 of control time for ICB Lepo in the last round. And you can see from the corner, they think he's doing some good damage for Danny's part, doing some good damage on the feet. So if he stays on the feet, he might have a chance. But here we go. This is mom spaghetti time for Danny. He needs to find a way to keep it on the feet and avoid the takedowns. Oh, but we see a little bit of a whip overhand, but he's getting some hooks in, and that's his strongest weapon. ICB Lepo a little bit on the back foot, goes for a takedown right there, and gets it. And that momentum has to be so huge for ICB Lepo, getting out of the striking position of Danny right there, Rob.
Yeah, Lepo turns that takedown down, which is hard to deny if you're not ready for it early in the round again. But, you know, Game Room's able to get it back to full guard, which is a good start, and he's been able to really transition here well and sweep his opponent from the full guard. But ICB passes up again, looking to do some damage, and Game Room's trying to just hold that R2, trying to frame, but a couple shots landing and doing some damage.
Shots are landing, and you have to think if Danny was able to reverse it and find his way back into top mount position. But again, ICB Lepo going to the ground and pound, doing some work on the body and on the head health and the block gauge. You have to think this is his one opportunity. If he gets into this full guard, maybe try to feint a transition to full guard. But as I say that, he goes into half guard. ICB Lepo still taking control with under 30 minutes left in this third and final round.
Yeah, Game Room's against the cage. I'm surprised he didn't use that cage to try to get up when he was in full guard. Maybe he thought it would be predictable, but you know, he's stuck in half guard now. He's really trying to get that sweep, and after the first failure, this time he actually gets it successfully. And we're gonna look to. He's gonna try to stand up again here.
You have to think he needs to find a way to stand up. He gets it. Okay, this is where Danny where he wants to be. He needs to find his way into the striking avenues and get some opportunities as he lands a nice uppercut, landing on ICP level. The level landing of his own. Under 2 minutes left. This is Danny's fight. If he keeps it standing up, ICP level, you have to think he's using these combinations.
Spinning back.
That could have been a crazy
overhand. That was nice.
Shakes his right hook in the taunt. The huge taunt. He's feeling like he's coming in and striking right now. But Danny's still dangerous. He's able to hit the uppercut, but not really able to capitalize. And now both guys are just trading inside the phone booth right here, Rob.
Lupo is risking it right now. I think he's up twice, and he's just putting it on the line right now, going tit for tat with Game Room, who's had some success on the feet, and he's battering him right now. Drops him again for a second.
Another knockdown.
Top again, and this has become a wild fight. Oh, again, that right hook. Kingsley, he's all over him. Lupo, overhand. He's unloading his stamina.
Another overhead. Another overhead and taunt. Another overhead. Woo!
Man, what a victory, what a performance to get that knockdown after already being ahead in the first 2 rounds. That's an exciting fighter I want to watch right there.
He shimmied on him and he landed another overhead. Take a look at this replay. This goes for a jab and then another overhead, but he had so many knockdowns in that 3rd round. I mean, I feel like with Danny, when it came to that 3rd round, when he was able to get back to striking, he was so concerned with the takedowns that he got a little bit frozen when it came back to the stand-up. And ICP level was able to take control, doing so much great work in the ground game that it was able to open up his opponent for the striking.
Yeah, those first 2 rounds, he really worked his grappling, beat up Danny a little bit. He was, I feel like he was losing those stand-up exchanges in round number 1, right in round number 1 and around number 2. And then round number 3, some sort of switch was hit. Maybe he did enough work on the ground. His confidence was building, and he started just throwing vicious combinations on Danny and knocked him down with those hooks over and over again. I think 3 times, 4 times, and then finishes him via knockout. Lipo gets his first win, and he's got to be excited. He's got to be juiced for that. That was a nice fight, an exciting fight, and I had a good time watching it. I'll be watching out for ICB Lipo representing ICB well.
Yeah, I mean, the ICB camp, we saw Doctor, we see Dragon fight in the ESFL before, so those guys are hugely represented when it comes to the ESFL. I mean, Lepo's only loss was to T4H Southpaw, so the fact that he's gotten this win, that's going to bring him up higher and higher in the rankings, and I can't wait to see what his next fight is going to be, because it's going to be another crazy fight. And if he's able to put on this performance with his ground game and then his striking, just hopefully not as many taunts, maybe it'll be in a little bit of a closer fight when it comes to that, but again, Danny 1-4. I mean, he's going to be on the line for getting cut and maybe have to fight an affiliate league. So maybe he'll get another chance. We'll have to the matchmakers decide. But going on to our next fight, this one, I know how they both fight, and it's going to be a hell of a fight when you look at these two competitors, as it's going to be Dino MMA versus EK Maceo. It's going to be a huge fight right here, Rob.
Yeah, it's going to be a great fight. Dino 2-4. Like you said, he only lost to Trixie, absolute beast. He admits he had he had some motivation issues. Kingsley in his last fight was distracted with some things in his real life. Wasn't able to get to training, wasn't eating right, wasn't focused, but now he's ready. He's a creative striker, patient, comfortable everywhere. But he's going against EK Maceo, and he's filling in on short notice. So we'll see what kind of game plan he brings. He's representing that EK fight team. They're always very, very well prepared for the Esports Fight League. Clean kickboxing, willing to trade, and effective pressure. EK ranked 20, Dino ranked 24. This should be a very interesting fight between two hungry competitors.
Yeah, hungry is the very key word when you describe these two competitors. I mean, both of them coming off of a loss. And the Aldo versus McGregor matchup, these guys are hungry for a victory. And we will get this 7th fight ready to go. Our second fight of our Xbox main card right here. We still have so many fights still to go. And here we go again. It will be Dino MMA in the red gloves using Jose Aldo. And then EK Maceo using the Conor McGregor. And you have to think, if you're Dino, you need to watch out for the straights from that Conor McGregor pick.
Definitely. We're already seeing a lot of feinting from both guys. 1-2 being thrown out there by Ea Maseo trying to find his distance. Dino throwing out those leaning straights or leaning jabs. They're just trying to fill each other out.
Yeah, and I like what both competitors are doing. They're using the leg kicks a little bit, and we see Dino is attacking that body a little bit more than we see in our previous fights. Hopefully, he's using that leg kick to just open up his opponent's head a little bit, trying to make him concerned of the leg head left, because we know Jose Aldo has vicious leg kicks. But for Ea Maseo, he's playing the distance very well. He's attacking the legs as well, so we're kind of seeing a change of levels.
That was a nasty check.
Oh, absolutely, and we're just seeing both guys trading in the pocket right here, Rob. Oh, but a question mark kick.
Beautiful question mark kick, and you know, EK's got to be careful. Aldo's got some power in those hands, and he's getting bombed right now, and that head held is getting popped, and that right leg is getting targeted by Dino, but Dino's lead leg, or his right leg, is damaged. I mean, he got checked, and he's got to be careful. That left leg, look at it. Oh, it's getting hit.
Those oblique kicks are... Those oblique kicks are doing some damage on Dino MMA, and you have to think he needs to watch out. He gets a nice head kick for shovels, so maybe he needs to attack the body a little bit more as we see a nice body shot. And both guys just going for vicious strikes, leg kicks, constant hooks, and body shots landing out the wazoo. Another body shot landing from Maseo. Maseo not afraid to just be in his opponent's face. And Rob, this has been crazy so far.
Yeah, you can tell Ea knows that left leg is hurt. He's targeting it with those oblique kicks. Someone get Prioxis on the line, man. These kicks are working.
They are working, and you have to think of how long is it going to take for him to switch stances? Because we both know both guys have some decent switch stances when it comes to the striking, so it's only a matter of time if they keep attacking the legs. But again, those body shots are landing for Ea Maseo.
Yeah, now that he's got that left leg hurt on Aldo, Dino's really going to have to think about some things, and his hamster is going to be running a little bit crooked-eyed, and it's going to be tough. You know, Ike's got a lot of openings now because that left leg is so damaged.
Yeah, and we saw earlier before, we saw leg kick into the body shots, and nice vicious uppercut into a head kick. Vicious head kick for Dino. Dino on the prowl, able to change up the levels. Gets a head kick landing to rock his opponent. Ea Maseo needs to find a way to not get his blockades bleed out. Oh, vicious uppercut landing, but not really having a rock opportunity. Both guys trying to find an opportunity. Those body shots are landing, but he needs to be careful of landing those body shots too close, because he will get punished as we're almost closer to the end of this first and final round here. And man, a crazy round for Dino as he's able to get the rock, but he's taking a lot of body shots, and that left leg is taking a lot of damage right there, Rob.
Yeah, you know, I was so focused on that left leg, I wasn't noticing that Dino was landing some really heavy shots with his boxing and that switch kick. That head health on Ea Maseo is not looking too good right now. That was a big round for Dino.
Yeah, big round, but a nice uppercut answering from Ea Maseo in the second round right here, and you can see the pressure is working to his benefit.
Those are nice.
And go ahead.
No, go ahead, brother.
Now, I was going to say, both guys are landing very well, and we see Dino just destroying that block gauge constantly, just finding his range a little bit, not afraid to have his back to the cage. But these trades are very dangerous. You want to attack the body, but you don't want to trade into a situation where it's bad for you. And as we see, the toe strikes landing, it's 55-46 in favor of Dino. Dino putting it on his opponent and still working well with that stamina, Rob.
Yeah, most definitely. Now Dino getting backed up. I mean, the Ea Maseo pressure here. He's kind of plodding forward, landing shots, putting some damage on his opponent, and putting him under pressure right now. That block's completely gone. Uppercut combo, and now Dino in some trouble. Real trouble here. He's got to be able to survive.
He has to survive. He's keeping his head on his center line. He does a pull, able to get a nice hook, a nice left hook for his shoulders, but under 3 minutes right here. Maseo is feeling confident in his striking. He knows if he backs his opponents up, and nice slips landing for his opponent. Now going back to leg attacks a little bit. Nice combination landing for Dino. Dino, I feel like he needs to go back to those leg kicks and maybe attack the body a little bit more.
Yeah, he's got to be careful, and Ea needs to be even more careful throwing that body kick so close to Dino. Aldo can really start you with his boxing. He's got power, and that head health on Maseo isn't looking too good. I mean, he's doing well the second round, and he's reminding Dino that leg is messed up, keeping it in his head. What a swivel right there, Kingsley. Wow, what a fight. 2 minutes left.
He's swiveling both guys over uppercut, both landing, but not really doing what's it. Oh, the head kick! He timed the head kick perfectly. Dino little change of scenery for both guys as now Dino is on the prowl. He's suffering. He's suffocating his opponent right now, and EK Maceo taking his time, trying to find the hook to get him back in this fight. But again, Dino, he goes for the question mark kick. I know that's his favorite move to use on competitors when he gets closer and closer to the KO. But nice uppercut landing for Maceo, trying to get back some momentum. Nice hooks into the body shot. Under 1 minute left. It could be anybody's fight here. One mistake could prove the difference.
There's been so many momentum shifts in this fight, and Dino has EK a little bit turtled up here. And another head kick, and EK Maceo's head health is dwindling here. Another big left hook lands. Dino looking very good in round number 2 at the latter part. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, under 20 seconds left. Huge uppercut whipping on the part of Dino. But we're just seeing some crazy strikes landing as Blockage's head health is low for EK Maceo. Maceo just needs to survive. Oh! That head kick.
Couple seconds left on that clock. It might have been end game.
I mean, you could call him Thanos because that was almost the end game. If that head kick, it was a 50-50 opportunity for Dino. He just whipped, and luckily the timer ran out because Dino could have been in trouble. But he loves to use those head kicks. He loves to use the question marks. And in this third and final round, he's going to be using more and more of those as he's landing with those shots. Maceo needs to find a way to answer and maybe trying to make him whip a little bit because he needs to find a way to counter. Oh, but uppercut lands! Uppercut lands for Dino. Dino on the prowl again, trying to find a head kick, possibly, maybe an uppercut to land. But Maceo still staying calm under pressure. He knows he's getting the slips. He's attacking the body a little bit more. Maceo needs to find a way to attack his opponent. He's getting some nice combinations going.
Yeah, he definitely is. And there's a nice
rock.
Going to the body, but
answers back.
Now he's coming for that finish. He's going to go for the head kick or the uppercut. Oh, head kick lands. Oh. And now this could be it. Can he survive? Oh, he cannot.
He will not. Oh, Dino MMA, after suffering a rock, gets the victory again against Maceo. Dino MMA goes to 3-4 in a highly intense battle between two competitors and gets the victory, Jose Aldo.
Gets the victory, faces adversity. The fight starts out round number 1, and EK Maceo really does a lot of damage to that left leg. He throws it, and he gets checked. Dino in a little bit of trouble early, but Dino stayed calm, and kept his composure and continually rocked EK Maceo. When EK Maceo was kind of throwing those body kicks on the inside, he's making him pay, putting on the pressure. And in the second round, into the third round, he really turtled up the offense of EK Maceo by bullying with his own offense, doing a good job with that pressure and getting a very, very spectacular win right there against the dangerous EK Maceo's Conor McGregor. Huge win for Dino.
Huge win from Dino, and as we saw those replays right there, we saw the ending KO. We saw EK Maceo. He was slipping to the right of him, and then Dino able to just counter with, I think that was a left hook right there, and able to hit him with a straight. And then he was going for the head kick, but just missed. But that was a huge momentum swing because if that slip just perfectly timed, if he doesn't get that strike with that left hook, that could have been a whole different scenario. So kudos for both guys for going in there. Dino MMA getting the victory. He's going to be higher, maybe break the top 20 as he was a ranked 24 fighter on the Xbox side. So maybe he'll get higher and higher when the rankings come out next week. But man, what a contest. And we still have 4 more fights left to go, Rob. So I hope you are ready for these fights. Chat, I hope you're ready live on Twitch and on YouTube because these fights are going to be some bangers and some big ones. As our next fight, they're looking like they're ready to go in the middleweight division as this next fight, Rob, it's going to be Styles. We know him from the booth. And Hasboy, he's going to be fighting against Styles. And this fight is looking to be an incredible matchup right here.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to be fighting in the middleweight division once again. Hasboy's ranked 7, Styles ranked 5th, both guys in the top 10. Hasboy's 3-2. This is the highest he has ever been ranked in the ESFL. He has wins over Danny, Mr. Chippy, and the athlete that we just saw, Dino. So we're moving on up to the top 10 here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the who's who of the Xbox competitive organization, the rankings. He's got great wrestling, active submission game, manages range effectively in Styles. Yo, Kingsley was a former champion and is 10-1 in his ESFL career. He's only lost once. He lost to Mangan in the Xbox Grand Prix in his last fight, and he's representing the BFAP Fight Camp, Pressure Fighter, Grapple Heavy, Elite Top Game, Kingsley. This should be a war.
This should absolutely be a war. I mean, the Whitaker versus Romero matchup. I mean, we saw Romero in previous fight cards be absolutely a comeback warrior. So it's going to be up to Styles and Hasboys to see who can take this victory as we get our ESFL 93 ready to go and already into the clinch for Styles. Styles going to the ground game, and he's looking to just destroy his opponent early into the ground and pound. What a way to start this fight out for Styles right here, Ross.
Yeah, most definitely. Gets the clinch early, gets a nice trip. Now he's on top with Yoel Romero fresh. Gets denied there, but has a lot of room to work and a lot of time to demonstrate this creativity with Yoel.
Again, nice reversal. Hasboys in the red gloves, using the Robert Whitaker pick. Again, Styles in the blue gloves, using Romero, and a nice denial from Hasboys. Hasboys getting some ground and pound in, but nice defense coming out of the way from Styles. We know Styles is a ground warrior savant when it comes to the ground game, so let's see if he's able to get his way out of there and maybe get a reversal.
Yeah, we'll see. He's doing good. He's faking that knee on belly. There comes Styles using that cage to get that transition, but no. Hasboys is having none of it. Use that momentum to go right into the crucifix position and gets a denial. This is not good for Styles. And Hasboys is in.
Oh boy! It's
drop some big elbows, Kingsley.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
This is panic situation 101. This is giving me deja vu from UFC 3. This has been a nightmare for fighters back in the previous game, and now it's coming to UFC 4, and these shots are landing.
This ain't good.
Oh boy! Oh, the panicking! Oh, this is tragic! Oh no! Could this be on throw? Hasboys is on the cusp of getting a good but we're into second throw. But Styles, man, what a shocking turn of events so quickly. And now we're back in the ground and pound. Is this it? Oh my god! Hasboys has got the upset win against Styles. Just like that.
Beautiful. I mean, the way he transitioned, he got taken down early. Switched the position, denied the fence transition that Styles was trying to do from the bottom to use that fence. Used that momentum to get the crucifix, landed some nasty elbows, controlled his opponent with some nasty, accurate flicks, and then postures up to knee on belly twice and just destroys Styles in dominant fashion on the ground. What a win. What a performance.
Ladies and gentlemen,
as you said, what a performance. I mean, Styles seemed like he was able to get some early momentum. It seemed like he was doing good. He went to his game plan, able to sweep the leg and get the ground and pound position where Yoel Romero, that's what you want to do. But Hasboys was able to just reverse it. And then when he went into that crucifix position, it seemed like Styles he tried to go for the 50-50, try to get out of the situation. But when he got denied the first time, I was like, okay, you get denied. Maybe you be patient. Because that's what you want to do. You want to try to be patient when you're in the crucifix position. But it seems like he was constantly trying to get out of it. Then every single time Hasboys was able to just deny. I mean, it's very dominant from Hasboys. I mean, he was ranked number 7. He's going to be 4-2 coming out of this fight card. And now he might be knocking on the door on a top 5 position and maybe for a title shot. I mean, we'll have to see on our next couple of fights of where the top rankings are going to be laying out, but man, what a dominant performance.
Indeed, given Styles his only other loss in the entire Esports Fight League career, so it's got to be a feather in his cap, and Hasboy's looking, to the future towards that top 5 upper echelon, 4-2 now. Good job, Hasboys, but now, Kingsley, we are going into our third, and we only have 3 fights left, so they're dwindling down here.
I'm telling you, all of these fights could be main event caliber. All of these fights are absolutely insane. We're going to have Blake Tyler in the red gloves, 2-0, ranked number 9, against Mangan, 4-2, who is ranked number 4. These guys are going to be absolutely insane. And a little information on Blake Tyler. I mean, he's 2-0. This is his first time in the top 10, so he has some new blood in the top 10 for the Xbox side. He's representing the Don's Fight Camp. He defeated EK Maxio in his last fight, as we saw him previously in this fight card right here. He's patient. He blends pressure with defense, and he's a knockout artist. And Rob, when you think about Mangan, he is a high caliber fighter. What information do you have on him?
Yo, he's ranked 4, top 5, 4-2, has wins over the legend Brand New Mac. Two wins over Brand New Mac. He's got a win over Spider. You know how creative and nasty Spider could be with his stand-up. Styles, we just saw him. Mangan's the only other person to beat Styles. He was a semifinalist in the Xbox Grand Prix. He's got an interesting kickboxing style, but if he goes to the ground, he's very dangerous with his submission game, and his distance management is impeccable. So this is a very dangerous fighter right now, and a big test for Blake Tyler here, who's undefeated right now.
This is our last fight before the co-main and main event fights. Blake Tyler is trying to stay undefeated while Mr. Mangan is trying to move up in the rankings to go for a title shot or maybe a number 1 contendership shot. And both of these guys are just swinging for the fences, as we saw a nice spinning kick to the body. Oh, but a vicious uppercut! Blake Tyler trying to stay undefeated, trying to go 3-0 with an impressive showing, able to get a rock, but Mangan, no slouch. He is able to answer back and stay patient as these guys are just swinging for the fences right now, Rob.
Definitely. Mangan hits him with a nice 1-2, lands a lead uppercut, trying to come forward with that jab straight, and this is a very back-and-forth fight. It seems like Mangan's putting on a little bit of pressure, but they're just trading each other in this 5-minute round fight. It's supposed to be a 3-5-minute round fight.
Yeah, hopefully, the way this fight's going, hopefully it's not gonna go 5 rounds. But man, a 3-round fight right here. Oh, he tries to go for a spin, but gets punished, and that took a lot of stamina out for Mangan. Mangan, a little bit on the back foot, trying to get some pressure and trying to use the slips of Blake Tyler. Great in game, trying to attack the body a little bit with those uppercuts, trying to go for a head kick, doesn't land, and nice body shots landing for both competitors right here. Oh, Mangan going for a head kick, but not able to do much damage, but only on the black cage. Both guys fighting more in the phone booth. I feel like it's going to be who gets the better of the trades or who makes a round mistake with the slips right here, as Blake Tyler able to get the rock. Looking so good so far.
Yeah, it seems like it's a very, very closely contested fight, very even, but it is Tyler who's getting the better, more powerful, damaging shots. You see those health meters, the head and body, a little bit lower than Blake Tyler. So Blake Tyler in control of round number 1, and the stamina for Mangan is a lot lower. So far, so good for Tyler in this first round.
Yeah, I mean, Tyler, he was able to use, both guys were using head kicks, but now it seems like a betterment. Oh, slip straight to the face of Mangan, and Blake Tyler able to put on some work. He is 3-0. Blake Tyler gets the victory and stays undefeated. Ladies and gentlemen, we may have a new contender in the Xbox scene as Blake Tyler gets the victory on ESFL 93 and stays undefeated.
Man, these fights on this new patch have been so fast and so explosive. You could be finished at any time. It's so scary. Wow. I'm on the edge of my seat right now. This is insane. I mean, that slip straight was destructive. And then he jumps on top of him and just ends him with some vicious ground and pound right down the pipe. That's left hand again of Conor McGregor doing what it does best. The double barrel shotgun. Bang!
I mean, when you talked about Conor McGregor, you always had to worry about the slip straight. And that time, Blake Tyler was able to put on an amazing performance. Both guys put on an amazing performance, but there can only be one, and that one is undefeated. He is now 3-0, and if he's undefeated, then he's definitely have to jump into the top 5 because, man, Blake Tyler is the truth right now, and he's only going to do bigger and better things in this Xbox scene on the ESFL, and maybe he's knocking on the door on the championship. Who knows? I mean, there's a lot that can be said with these next couple of fights. I mean, Rob, you have to be excited about what's coming ahead on what Blake Tyler has in store.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was just beautiful precision and an explosive win. I mean, that was just so fast. He ran right through Mangan. And if you're doing MMA math in the ESFL, Mangan beat Styles. Hasboy beat Styles. Blake Tyler beats Mangan. I mean, Blake Tyler's on the top of this mountain right now. He's a up-and-coming, hungry competitor. And, you know, we're going to see what happens between DeBeacon and Southpaw and Suave and Recognize. There's so many talented fighters in that upper echelon, that top 5 position. It's very hard to get a shot. He is ranked 9th now, but this sets him up for a very, very dangerous opponent and a really exciting bout for the future. But up next, Kingsley.
Oh,
We
boy.
got the ex-champion, the Beacon, going against an undefeated Southpaw. Talk to us about these fights real quick.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your co-main event of the evening. This is for the #1 contendership right here. T4H Southpaw, he is 3-0, just like Blake Tyler. He is ranked number 3. He is coming to make a name for himself. He defeated Papa Lemur by decision in his last fight. He last used TJ Dillashaw and Tony Ferguson twice. So he's looking to have a balanced approach, goes where the fights take him, and he has elite ground game. But again, the former champ, Dabikin, the #1 ranked fighter, he is representing the Don's Fight Camp. He won the Xbox Grand Prix to be our first ever UFC for Xbox ESFL champion. And man, he's looking for revenge. Call him Drake. He's elite in all aspects. He has strong counter boxing. He has heavy combinations. And if he's able to win this and Suave Jamie is able to win his fight, we are going to hear the 3 famous words that we hear in the FGC and in the fighting community: run it back. Dabikin has everything on the line, as well as T4H Southpaw. There's so many huge stakes when it comes to this fight. And when it comes to the flyweight, you know one of these guys are going to use TJ Dillashaw. And I absolutely can't wait for this fight. Who do you got going in this fight right here, Rob?
Oh, man, so hard to pick. The Beacon was on the throne, the ex-champion, 6-1, represent the Dons. Elite player in all aspects, but he's facing the #3 hungry, undefeated prospect here, or contender. He defeated Papa Lemur. He's used TJ Dillashaw a lot, and it looks like he's going to be able to use him again. I think they're in the flyweight division. So, oh man, I have no idea who's going to win this fight, Kingsley. If I had to pick, I would say Southpaw, undefeated, has yet tasted defeat. Let's see, he's got some confidence.
This is your co-main event of the evening, guys, live here on Twitch and on YouTube. If you have T4H Southpaw, I want to see a 1 in the chat. But if you have the former champ Dabikin taking the victory and getting that run back, I want to see a 2 in the chat. As we get already, this fight is getting started and huge implications are on the line. And you can see this TJ Dillashaw matchup is going to be high stamina and just fighting in the phone booth with these technical strikers.
Right, and they're just filling each other out. A little bit of pressure coming out by the Beacon, in and out movement. Trying to play a lot of footsies here, trying to stay safe. That jab by Southpaw's coming out, that double jab, that 1-2. They're just kind of pawing out, seeing what they could get.
Yeah, and we can see both guys, as you said, find the range, find the distance. We see an uppercut landing for Dabikin. Dabikin, you have to think, he wants to use his combinations a little bit better. But he can't get beat up. Whoa, but a flying knee was landing for Southpaw. Southpaw trying to use a little bit of excitement to get his opponent thrown off. But here we go, into the takedown scenario, and he gets the takedown. Dabikin able to get top control.
Yeah, Southpaw was having some success with his hands, doing a lot of damage on that block, actually landing some damage through it on the head health. And the Beacon did not like that. Got a nice takedown just in time. And we'll see what the Beacon does up here. He gets to the side control position. He could go from he could do a lot from here.
Oh, absolutely. And you have to think, good transitions into the half guard. You can see Dabikin's going to take his time, take his chance to go into the ground and pound, get some damage up, able to just stay patient. But again, nice defense from Southpaw in that ground and pound situation. Now he needs to find a way to just deny transition and try to get back into a full guard position, as we're under 2 minutes. And now we're seeing the strikes landing, but a nice slip out of it, and now we're back into the stand-up. And this is where Southpaw needs to do most of his damage.
Yeah, Southpaw back on the feet. Again, immediately finding that range, that 1-2 block break, keeping the Beacon on the defensive. And we'll see what he plays off of that. Maybe a 1-2 head kick, 1-2 uppercut. And the Beacon's got to be careful.
Yeah, it seems like both guys are looking for that uppercut to be the difference. Oh, another flying knee. Although Southpaw is like, you know what? I might want to try to finish this with flying knee. If you try to take me down, the flying knee is going to come out of nowhere. So Dabikin needs to be on the lookout for that. He needs to play a little bit strategic and be a little bit patient. He's able to get some nice strikes in, but Southpaw is looking to be a little bit more riskier when it comes to his striking.
Yeah, the Beacon is, or Southpaw. Oh, right there.
Oh,
head kick. And the Beacon is really needs to recognize that Southpaw's throwing that 1-2 a lot. If he could get a slip, rear hook uppercut so strong right now on this patch, he just has not yet really slipped any of Southpaw's 1-2, and that 1-2 is coming fast and is really putting pressure on the Beacon. Oh!
Oh, that flying knee. Not once,
end.
not twice, but he lands at the end of the first round. And it seemed like it was a filling out process into the ground game. And then it just went to a full-on sprint with a head kick and the flying knee. Both great showing for both competitors. But, man, Southpaw able to get some nice strikes out.
Yeah, most definitely. And gets the knockdown there and does a little bit more damage, a little bit better on the feet. You can see that head health a little low over there on that right side of your screen. DeBeacon trying to find his rhythm here in round number 2.
Yeah, here we go. The round number 2 of our co-main event of the evening. The number 1 contendership is on the line right here. And Dabikin, you have to think he's playing a little bit back pace. He needs to watch out for his block gauge right here, but gets some nice strikes. But he needs to watch out for the flying knee or the head kick because he knows those are going to come out of nowhere from Southpaw.
Yeah, most definitely. Southpaw just coming forward, laying that 1-2, jab, just keeping a lot of pressure with these straight punches down the pipe. And DeBeacon really not able to deal with him too well. And that's really making this fight very successful and in the favor of Southpaw, doing a lot of damage to that block. Oh.
Yeah, and you have to think that Dabikin, he wants to go to the ground game, maybe go for a takedown. But again, the flying knee came out 3 times in that first round. He needs to watch out for it. And I don't think he wants to take the risk of going for a takedown and getting hit with a knee and making it a KO.
Yeah, definitely got to be careful of that KO. DeBeacon seems content right here. He was coming forward with some good pressure, and there's a nice slip straight. That's what he needs more of. Slip hook, maybe, and a lead uppercut. Nice lead hook. Now the pressure from DeBeacon is really opening his offense up and stifling the offense of Southpaw, but Southpaw gets a nice takedown on top.
Yeah, a good change of pace for Southpaw. Able to get the takedown and sweeping the leg, and now you can see the transitions are being faded. He tries to get back up. I think that was trying to go to a stack guard, possibly, but he's trying to bait out his opponent, try to get him in a vulnerable position to get the transition. But just good feint work so far into that half guard.
Yeah, staying patient on top, looking out for any sort of dangerous technique right there from the bottom. DeBeacon does a good job disguising that. And Southpaw unable to block that. Now, Dillashaw, well, I guess they're both Dillashaw. Now, DeBeacon on top.
Yeah, it gets confusing. I think we had 3 mirror matches this whole fight card, and it just gets confusing. But again, Dabikin into the ground and pound, and the screen is getting red a little bit. Southpaw needs to find a way to get out of this position as we're approaching closer and closer to the 1 minute mark. It's sooner or later, you have to think Southpaw needs to get a reverse, and he does. Dabikin on the back foot now as he's in the bottom game, and you have to think Southpaw, he needs to get more damage out in this top mount position.
Yeah, he does. Southpaw does have a little bit of time to work here. And he's posturing over now. Here comes a couple shots. Oh, big shots landing. Oh! Being able to slip that 4th straight there, which was crucial. But wow, big damage there at the end of this round. And he still has a little bit more in the gas tank here. Kingsley's going to land another flurry of punches. And this time it is DeBeacon able to slip and get that animation to get back to his feet. Oh!
Yeah,
they're throwing down.
1 second left. Oh, boy. Oh,
man, what a fight.
Just like that, it can flip on a dime on who's going to get the momentum. Dabikin able to get the knockdown. I think that's going to count because that was 1 second left. But again, Southpaw was able to get some nice ground and pound. So this 3rd and final round of our co-main event, everything is on the line. Who is going to get the victory here? Southpaw.
Uh-oh.
Oh, but a huge rock. Southpaw on
close.
the offensive.
Yeah, definitely. He's got to be careful. His head out is so low. He goes for a takedown, a little out of range right there. Southpaw definitely in control, has the momentum. And DeBeacon needs to be careful. He can't play too much off of his back foot because Southpaw's going to eat him up with that 1-2. He's got to come forward, pressure him, use his slips, and get some damage back, get some respect from Southpaw.
Yeah, I just don't like the way both guys are trading right now. It seems like one person is going to do a slip, and they're going to slip the wrong direction, and that's just going to open up their opponent. Oh, a head kick, kind of landing. Oh, he gets a front kick, and that lands a little bit. That head held the blockade is low. The pressure is on point for Southpaw. Southpaw smelling it. He's smelling the victory, but again, Dabikin be the former champ that he is, still taking his shots, still taking his chances, and now the head held is blinking on for Southpaw. Southpaw a little bit on the back foot. Both guys in the center of the octagon just trading back and forth right here, Rob.
Oh, yeah, big left hook, and
huge
the adjustment to come forward and use his pressure, and now it's him
Oh,
knocking
boy.
down his
Wow!
opponent, almost finishing him. Wow, Dabiqin doing a great job. He needs more pressure. He needs to stifle that 1-2 offense and take out Southpaw here and now.
Oh my goodness, we're getting closer into the 2:30-minute mark, and oh my goodness, huge takedown, a huge ground and pound for Southpaw. Southpaw is able to get some offensive going. He needs to steal this round right here and just try to get some offensive because Dabiqin is looking good right now.
Yeah, Dabiqin came back and really used that pressure to get his own rock, and he's been so successful when he stands and, you know, stifles that 1-2, and he's trying to survive here. He just needs to find a way to get this fight back to the feet, and he's trying to go that backside, but unfortunately gets denied, and he still has some time on the clock, though. It's not over yet. Oh,
It's
really?
not over yet, but
interesting.
Southpaw decided to go
right
back
hook.
up instead of but for good chances as he's
shot.
getting knocked down of his own,
comes
and
the
now the
finish.
ground and pound. This could be it, and that is it. Dabiqin loses. T4H Southpaw is 4-0, and he is the #1 contender to the ESFL Xbox Championship. And man, what a great showing as he was able to turn it up when he needed to, and he was able to get the ground and pound victory.
Yeah, just a beautiful job by Southpaw, really using that 1-2 to measure his range, put a lot of pressure on that block, open up other techniques to combo with it. And, you know, Dabiqin was struggling a little bit with those techniques, and Dabiqin was coming closer to him and putting on that pressure and really trying to stifle that 1-2, doing well. It was a very back and forth fight, but this guy right here, T4H Southpaw, looking very strong, looking very technical, confident, and he's still undefeated and moves on to whatever is next in the future for Southpaw. And we'll see it between in this next championship fight. I'm pretty sure this was the decider to see who the next title challenger would be. So most likely Southpaw, huh, Kingsley?
It has to be. I mean, T4H Southpaw, he's ranked #3. He's 4-0. I mean, he has to be next in line, and let's see if the Xbox matchmakers decide. But before we get into everything that's going to be happening in our next fight, because the title is on the line, again, if you are new here or you've been supporting us, we welcome you guys to the ESFL, the Esports Fight League. We're usually live here on Saturdays at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time here on Twitch and on YouTube. And then Wednesdays, we have our ESFL network on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can follow us on Twitch. You can subscribe on our YouTube. We also have our Discord for our affiliate leagues and our own league. And if you want to be a part of these fights, if you want to be in the spotlight, if you want us, like me and Bruce Lee Rob, commentate on your fights, join our Discord, fight through the ranks of the fighters, and maybe we can see you up here and fighting for a championship in the future. And man, it's only going to get better and better. I mean, we still have a couple of announcements that we can't say just yet, but promise me that it's going to be a huge announcement, and it's only going to get better and better, as I always say. But looking at let's go back at the fight card a little bit. And Rob, what fight has been the most eye-opener for you so far?
Eye-opener. All right, well, I would say the two key fights here for me would be going back into the PlayStation genre. Of course, we saw Prime Boxer, you know, take out Swiss Lebix. That was a pretty big win for Prime Boxer, you know, maintaining his contendership, letting everybody know that he's still here and he's still going to be challenging for that title shot. And he thinks that weight class that Romero picked was the reasoning behind him losing that championship fight. And then you got to talk about Zayaf. I mean, he's been on an absolute tear, beats another legend in the game. This young kid, Zayaf, the young prodigy, taking out Anza. And then Kinetic NRG, you know, again, and Papa Doc showing that he's never been better, beating a legend in Kinetic NRG. I mean, there's just so many fights. There's so many storylines going on. It's hard to keep track. How about you, Kingsley? What was your key fight tonight?
Yeah, I mean, the PS4 side of prelims were really, really good. Going to the Xbox card, ICB Lepo put on a dominant performance against Game Room, a.k.a. Danny. I mean, he was suffocating his opponent with the ground game and able to open up the striking a little bit more. And then, again, the Styles versus Hasboys. I mean, Hasboys was looking amazing, and I can't wait to see what he does in the future of his fights. And then Blake Tyler, the other undefeated fighter in this Xbox side, I mean, he's 3-0 now, and he's going to be looking to fight for that #1 contendership fight whenever we have another Xbox main card side. So I'm excited to see what all these new blood do, and it's gonna be so amazing to see what happens in the future of this ESFL PS4 side and Xbox side. But Rob,
What's that?
it's about that time
I'm feeling good.
because
I'm
our
not
main
feeling about
event
that
is
ass
on
championship.
the
I feel like
line.
something.
We have our main event. The ESFL Xbox Championship is on the line. It is Suave Jamie, the undefeated champion. Suave Jamie being 4-0 against the challenger T4H, recognized the number 2 ranked fighter, ranked record 4 wins, 1 loss. This is for all the marbles. And when you look at these two competitors, Rob, this looks like an amazing fight.
Most definitely. You got the champion 4-0. He also is in the same team representing the Dons, maybe getting revenge for the Beacon. He's, world-class striking, world-class grappling, world-class defense. Was considered by many to be the best player in UFC 3. Also known as Mad Dog. You might have heard of this guy. I have heard of him before, and, he's a legend. And then you got the 4 Horsemen recognized. Kingsley, talk about this guy.
T4 is recognized. He's 4-1. His only loss was to Michael early on in August. So he's been on a roll. He only had that 1 loss, and then he's on a 4-fight win streak. And then he knocked out Mangan to earn this title shot. So we saw how Mangan was. Even though he lost to Blake Taylor, he is no slouch when it comes to the fight. But he is dominant in grappling. He's a high volume striker, and he's well rounded. So you never know where this fight's gonna go. And we have another mirror match as a Tony Ferguson pick in the welterweight division. And Rob, before this fight gets going, who do you have winning this fight?
I got the champion right now, Suave Jamie, undefeated, confident, looking to defend that title, and I think he's gonna be able to do it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard Rob's pick. Do you agree with him? Give me a 1 in the chat if you have Suave Jamie retaining his title. But if you have T4H recognized winning this title. Oh, but before we even get to it, my God, T4H recognized the challenger in the blue gloves, trying to take that title and become the new Suave Jamie on the ropes already. We didn't expect this kind of a start from Recognized right here.
Definitely not. Comes out, grabs the clinch, lands a devastating knee, and then a 4-punch combination. Gets the first drop early, and he claims first blood here, Kingsley. Good job by Recognize.
This is your main event of ESFL 93, and it's already off to a fire start. And we see T4H Recognized go into the clinch and slam his opponent down into this backslide. And Suave Jamie back on the back foot right here in the bottom position. We know he has a rubber guard as he goes to it. Maybe he's trying to go to submission, just try to break up a little bit of the momentum of Recognize, as that was just a hot start for him.
Yeah, Recognize is doing very well right now. That rubber guard was scary, but Recognize able to get out of it. Postures up now. Recognize on the gas pedal, and he really wants this win. You can tell he's definitely trained hard, and he has a champion a little bit of trouble early in this round.
Yeah, he's having a little bit trouble in this round, but there's still plenty of time to work about it. And we see Suave Jamie able to take the back a little bit, trying to get a little bit of a top mount position, or maybe, yes, he goes for the top mount right here. And this is where he needs to do his work. He needs to find a way to get out of it, but gets put into a half guard position, but into side control. T4H Recognized is probably trying to go for a sprawl right here, but the crucifix getting denied. Good defense by T4H Recognized, but into the sprawl position. And now we're going to go back to stand up. Whoa, what a crazy couple minutes. But now we're back into the ground again, Rob. And huge deflating maneuvers from Recognized as Suave Jamie able to get the takedown again.
Yeah, Suave Jamie showing why he's champion, facing a little bit of adversity at first, but now he's finding his footing, getting the better of these exchanges in the grappling, and now on top in full mount and still maintaining control. You did get pushed back, but now he's inside control, gets that denial. Now he's going to be able to make a power play here.
Yeah, and we have to see. We're almost to the 1 minute mark here in our first round of 5 rounds, a 5-round war for the ESFL Xbox Championship, as Suave Jamie is trying to defend his title against T4H Recognized, who seems very game to fight his champion.
Nice.
But right now, so good so far, but a nice defense of that transition into the crucifix. And you have to think, so far into the ground and pound position, but able to stand back up.
Yeah, and last
but a
time they
nice
stood up,
strike.
he got him with that Zabit takedown. And here comes the end of the round in a very interesting fight. A lot of grappling being shown, a lot of back and forth jiu-jitsu on the mat, and these guys are both well versed. Who do you think got the better of those exchanges on the ground? I think the champ got
I
him.
mean, I think that you're absolutely right. I think the champ had the advantage when it came to the ground game. But again, these quick starts. Oh, was that a fake glove touch? Was Suave Jamie trying to go for the front kick? Whoa, okay. It just got a little bit personal. I don't think T4H recognized Suave Jamie appreciated that first round, and he went for the fake glove touch. So I think this is game on for both these competitors. They know what the situation is. There are no friends when it comes to the titles. There can only be one, and I think actually recognizes, no pun intended, that he needs to jump on this opportunity as he goes to the clinch, just attacking the body a little bit more. But again, it seems like both guys' stamina is not going to be a problem as we see the total strikes landed 27-25. It's very close in favor of T4 to recognize, get in the back of the champ. Suave Jamie trying to defend this position right here. And Rob, backpack situation, is he going to go for a slam? He does. And so far, so good for Recognize.
Yeah, Recognize just going to that clinch time and time again. He really wants to use that clinch. He really wants to go to the ankle pick. He just wants to do anything he can possibly do to get his hands on Suave. And he has him right now in the back mount, or excuse me, he has his back. Hooks are sunk in. And now he's just going to be patient and see if he can get that top mount or a submission or just maintain control. And Suave just trying to stay patient as well, make a read and try to escape and deny this top mount. But no, Recognize able to successfully get that top mount out on top with some time on the clock to work.
Yeah, 2:30 left in the second round of our 5-round championship fight right here. Suave Jamie a little bit on the back end as he goes into full guard, but hey, able to get beautiful. The reverse. Huge reversal for Suave Jamie, and now he's going to look to be on the attack. And again, for T4H Recognize, he was able to do some good work, taking the back a little bit and get the top out, but now he needs to find a way to get some nice defense, and he's able to let in the half guard from the champ. And you have to think, he tried to go for a side control, but gets denied. Good denial. And now we're into another reversal as T4H Recognize gets the full guard right here, and he needs to stay in this position or maybe get a ground pound at least, but that rubber guard is going to tell otherwise.
And there's the stacked position. He could land some bombs from here, but he just brushes them off a bit, survives, goes that left side. Oh, denied. Recognize. Good job. Wait, what the heck?
I think that was a submission attempt. It got denied into a reversal, and now we're in a submission attempt, and it seems like Recognize was initiating it, but Suave Jamie, being the champion he has good submission defense, as Tony Ferguson does, and that was a little crazy exchange. I don't think we've seen that before in the ESFL.
Yeah, I didn't even know what was going on, if I'm being completely honest. It looked like a submission, and then he denied it, but then he locked it in again, and I was just thinking, okay. But here we go. Recognize making this fight gritty as hell for the champion. I mean, he's just putting pressure, and in this next round he's gonna come. He's gonna try to clinch. He's gonna try to clinch. He's gonna try to clinch. He's gonna try to take you down. So Suave has his hands full right now. He's gonna have to figure out a way how to avoid that clinch and how to do some damage and keep this guy off of him. He's doing a good job so far, though.
Yeah, and we'll have to see if the fake... Oh, no, glove touch. I think Recognize was going for a glove touch, but he tries to get taken down and able to deny the takedown. We're going fast and furious, calling Vin Diesel in this third round right here. And, man, it seems like a lot of bad blood is developing when it comes to this ESFL Xbox title, as both guys try to go for glove touches, but it's not just working out. And Suave Jamie, he says, I'm not going to afford you to go into the clinch. I'm going to take you down into side control and just see what I could do here. And it's working out well, but he gets denied out of the crucifix. And you have to think, he's looking for that crucifix a lot. And so far, so good for defense when it comes to Recognize. But again, the top out position is not looking good for Recognize right here.
Yeah, he tried to get that knee on belly fake to the crucifix position. Recognize denied that pretty well. And this is just such a gritty back and forth fight on the ground. I mean, they're trying to fake each other out. Sometimes successful, sometimes not. There's a rubber ducky guard. I mean, they're just flaking each other all over this place. This is such a closely contested fight on the ground, and it's very interesting to see what's going to happen next.
Yeah, it's been very close, and again, we're almost to the 3-minute mark of our third round of our 5-round title fight right here on the main event of ESFL 93. And so far, you have to think, well, how long is it going to take for the ground and pound? Actually, we haven't really seen much ground and pound for both competitors, but some nice elbows, as you said, nice elbows landing for the champ. And you have to think, not a lot of ground and pound that we're seeing, but just a lot of technical fighting, a lot of denying of the transitions when it comes to this ground warfare so far.
Yeah, this is a very sweaty fight here. Very, very focused are these athletes, and they got to pay so much attention to detail and make sure they flick when they need to. And now finally a dominant position is claimed, and that's by the champ, Suave, but gets knocked into side saddle. Good job by Recognize getting out of that dominant position.
I mean, it was a 50-50, and we saw how that styles fight, when you don't get the first denial, I mean, it just goes deeper and deeper into the rabbit hole. But again, nice maneuvers to get back into the full guard position. But we see a reversal in fortune as Recognize gets the top mount position again. And now a little bit of ground pump. No, he goes into half guard. And it seems like both guys are just content of just going into this transition chess game as we're seeing so far as we approach the 1 minute mark.
Yeah, and Suave has been really able to utilize that rubber ducky guard, but hasn't been able to do a lot of damage with it. And again, Recognize just stacks him, doesn't throw anything in it, and just looking for more control than damage right now at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're getting into the 30-minute mark, another rubber guard being landed by Suave Jamie. Suave Jamie, the champ, trying to find his way out of this position possibly as we're getting closer and closer to the end of this third round right here. Recognize. Try to go into stack guard. He gets his stack guard, but can he do some damage? He gets one strike. He gets another, but gets pushed out, and it seems like that's the end of the third round. And Rob, if you're a judge, it's kind of hard to say who's really winning the fight so far. It's been really close.
Oh man, these guys are just tangling up in each other. They're just denying each other, transitioning on each other. Just literally the grittiest, sweatiest fight of the night. And you know one of their mental games is going to crack. But who is it? Is it going to be the champ, or is Recognize going to be able to stay cool, calm, and collected? I mean, the first one to break to make a big mistake is going to lose this fight.
Absolutely. And you have to think, like, it's for the title. It's for everything. It's on the line right here. And both guys, it seems like developing bad blood. And now we're just seeing strikes being landed and a nice hook landing for Recognize. And now the dirty boxing, the knees to the body. And you can see the total strikes landed still so close, 64-67 in favor of Recognize. And Recognize just attacking the body. And who knows, those clinch attempts and attacks to the body can prove to be the difference in the judge's eyes as we're
beautiful,
strictly thick into the championship rounds. And nice takedown attempt from Suave Jamie. And now, Rob, this has to be where Suave Jamie wants to be, especially in a crucifix position right here.
Yeah, if he gets this first denial, he's going to be in a good position. Big elbows landing, and finally he's got control over this Recognized rascal.
Oh, boy.
And it looks like he might be able to do some real damage here. Wow, and Recognized able to bump him off again.
Yeah, he's able to bump him off again. I mean, he was able to get the first denial of Recognized starting to get out of that crucifix, but he was able to get one strike in, but now we're into a top mount position and now into a ground and pound. This is going to be all up to Recognize if he can defend these strikes, but the screen is getting red. The block gauge is getting low, and now we're back into the timeout and we're pushed into a half guard. Good damage dealing from Suave Jamie right there, Rob.
Yeah, it seems like finally Suave able to open up and get a few nice shots, some big elbows, and posture up in the full mount and drop some bombs on Recognize. It probably feels really good for Jamie, giving him some confidence. And that stamina on Recognize is dwindling right now as we go into the 4th and 5th round. I mean, he's been using a lot of stamina to make this a gritty, sweaty fight. And Suave's been responding very nicely. And now he's putting some pain on his opponent, Recognize, and he's letting them know that he's the champ, and he's the champ for a good reason. And no matter what Recognize does, he's going to be there.
Absolutely. I mean, you have to think, like, you don't want to use all the stamina, but you kind of have to against the champion because you need to get all these positions. I mean, you tried all your best, and the clinch attempts will when you go to the ground game. You can't stay here because you know he's going to take advantage. But, man, with just under 1 minute left, with that stamina alone and Suave Jamie having all the time in the world, and that block gauge is low, this could be bad for Recognize. This could be an end of his title contendership right here.
Dude, he's getting controlled. The flicks right now on Suave are absolutely perfect. 4 for 4 right now, just dropping elbow after elbow, just pounding out. Recognize, smashing him Khabib style, Brock Lesnar style. Recognize in all sorts of trouble right now. And Suave Jamie having a huge round, the best round of the fight, and ends it with a couple cherries on top. And those cherries are cherry bombs.
They are indeed cherry bombs. And you have to think, if you're recognized, you need to throw everything at your opponent. This is the 5th and final round of our main event title fight, and we already see a fake glove touch, and you can see recognized try to go for an overhand right there, just pushing out all his strikes, and you have to think Suave Jamie, he's going to feel comfortable going to striking. He's going to go in the clinch, just attack the body a little bit more because that stamina and head health is so low that he feels confident to just keep it striking right here.
Yeah, now he's getting payback. He's got the clinch now, laying those uppercuts on Recognize. Recognize is, probably a little bewildered right now. He doesn't have a lot of stamina. He doesn't really know how he's going to win this fight. And if he does,
but the split.
He's a big right hand. Suave Jamie putting pressure.
And the knee to the face. Is that it? Is it all over? It is. And still, your ESFL Xbox champion of the world, Suave Jamie.
Suave Jamie, now 5-0, undefeated. And man, Recognize, he made that such a gritty, sweaty, nasty, dirty, stinky fight. And Suave was able to deny, and supply the audience with the win. And man, Suave did everything you could possibly do as a champion, defended, and reacted so well. And he had such a big test right there. Recognized it. He threw everything he could have thrown at him. He used all his stamina by round number 5. He did everything he possibly could do in his toolbox, and it wasn't enough. And Suave, handled one of the grittiest fights I've ever seen very well as a champion. A big dub for our champ on the Xbox side, Suave.
Huge victory for the champ, becoming 5-0, as you said. And let's just remember how this fight even started. T4H recognized, I think, possibly it was a glove touch or maybe a fake glove touch. He was able to knock down the champ so quickly. But then after that first knockdown, it seemed the wave of momentum was in the favor of Suave Jamie, able to get the knockdown and just suffocate his opponent into this ground fight. And then when Recognize had to use all that stamina to just defend all these ground strikes, it just became Suave Jamie's fight, and the slow burn of just constantly taking his opponent down, taking his fight to the ground. Recognize wasn't able to handle it that much when it came to the final rounds, as that stamina was so low. So man, what a great fight. What a dirty fight, as you said. But man, we still have an undefeated champion, and it has to be good to be undefeated and the champion right there, Rob.
Oh, it's got to feel so good. That to get through that, I know that style that Recognize brings, and it's a frustrating style when someone's just trying to grab you and clinch you and just make it nasty, make the fight dirty, and to persevere through that, as Suave did, and he did it very well. He has all the tools that Recognize possess too. He's just a little bit better, a little bit faster in all these areas. And then to get that win, it must have felt so good for Suave just to pound out Recognize with those elbows to the face and just see that sweat flying out of his face and his muscles, and just, see that blood splurting out. It's got to feel good. And that's probably one of his, most rewarding defenses he's ever going to face right there. And I can't wait to see this guy fight again.
Yeah, and speaking of him fighting again, the road doesn't get easier from here. He defeated someone who was previously 4-1, now 4-2 in T4H Recognized. But now T4H Southpaw, let's remind our viewers that he is now 4-0, and he's probably the number 1 contender fight. So there could be a little bit of camp revenge for T4H Southpaw, because he might be in line for another title shot. And then you have Blake Tyler waiting in the wings, who is also undefeated. So 2 people are going to have their O's go away in a matter of 3 weeks. So it's going to be insane in the Xbox scene. But for the PS4, going back to it, Papa Doc, he's going to be looking at Romero's like, I want your title. Give me the title. I need to be back at the top of the mountain. And when you're the champion, it's easy to get to the top of the mountain when you're hungry, but it's hard to stay at the top, at the pinnacle of the mountain, when you have to constantly fight tough competitors. So I'm excited to see what happens in the future. I know you are, Rob, and it's only going to get bigger and better from here.
Oh, most definitely. Everyone's getting so good, and it's such a pleasure and honor to watch these guys compete. I always learn from these professional fighters every day, Xbox side and PS4 side, and I just can't wait. So many big fights coming in the distance and in the future, and big news coming for the ESFL, and I'm just so excited for everybody. And it was a pleasure doing this broadcast with you, Kingsley, and I hope you guys all had a great time here in the Esports Fight League.
Absolutely. It's always been a pleasure to be in the booth with you, Bruce Lee, Rob. We got to do this again more often. But next time we're live here on Twitch and on YouTube, it will be our ESFL Network Affiliate League Primetime MMA being live on 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then again, we're back live again at our regular scheduled time on Saturday with our ESFL main card, ESFL 94, where I think Romero is going to be defending his title against a title contender. So, guys, definitely be on the lookout. Get your popcorn ready, because this next week of fights is going to be incredible. So stay tuned, stick around. It's going to be amazing. Again, follow the Twitch, subscribe to the YouTube channels, follow Bruce Lee Rob on Twitch. I mean, he does great content on there, absolutely. And you guys, join the Discord. It's going to be amazing. I've been Kingsley. That has been Bruce Lee Rob. This has been the ESFL. We will see you guys at the next fight night. So we bid you adieu and have a good night. Stay civil in the chat, y'all. Peace out.